The energy is something else. If you don't love Ghana, then I don't know who you are, because obviously you have some missing roots. And this morning we are still here, and I want to say a very big thank you to the National Theatre Ghana Dance Ensemble. If we don't take care, we'll dance till probably 10 a.m. them. But of course, we do have a show to run as well. And I look fabulous because of National Theatre Ghana. Thank you so much for styling us this morning. Oh my God, I need to catch my breath. I'm trying. But trust me, today we'll be boogieing, and it's all about our tradition. Don't you just love our culture? Beautiful culture. It is Ghana Month. And welcome to Prime Morning. My name is f1re. Today, it promises to be a fantastic day. Now, let's take a look at what happens in News Flash. Again, let me catch my breath. It's not easy. I don't know how you do it. You do so well. All right, so now this takes me back to the days where we had by the fireside. You know, when you say something or there's somebody say, "Mama, don't make it our body," then they play the song. Now, today is different. Anyway, you're still watching Prime Morning, and like I said earlier, we have the News Flash segment, and today, we want to take a look at what's happening in the NPP. It's a Friday. We need to hear your voice. So don't forget to send your messages to us on 055. No, we are not doing messages. We are doing Zoom, rather. So join us on Zoom and share your thoughts. Now, Adum has been on a media tour. Honourable, you know, honourable. Once an honourable, always an honourable, although she lost her seat in Parliament. She's on a tour. And there's been a lot of questions. Why the media tour? Why now? She's saying so many things that has been happening in the NPP, and people are saying if she doesn't keep quiet, the NPP could stay in opposition for a very long time, because it seems like she's washing their dirty linen in public. Now, talking about that, the NPP, the management or the leaders of the NPP issued a statement to warn everybody that was speaking against the party. They did administer that, of course, we lost. You are unhappy about things that have happened, but hey, do not wash our dirty linen in public. Now, yesterday, during polls, Honourable Adum again, right here on multimedia, Joy News, did say that, listen, there's freedom of speech and nobody can tell me to keep quiet. I will speak. Now, after that, the NPP has also issued another statement. Now, this time, they are calling her to face the disciplinary committee. Want to hear your voice this morning? Do you think the NPP is doing the right thing by sanctioning Honourable Adum, or they should allow her to speak because there is freedom of speech? Join us via Zoom. The link will be on your screens. You can join us and share your opinion on it. Don't forget that once you join us, your room should be well lit and you should be well dressed as well. Please do not unmute until we pick you and we tell you to unmute yourself. Now, we'll have trends that will come your way as well. We'll have sports coming your way. This evening, Ghana has a march. We are playing chart. Now, we have to realize that the government is trying hard so that we bring back the love, right? Let's bring back the love. I remember, I think about 3 days ago, I saw a gold house. There were these ladies in Ghana flag colors holding cards saying, bring back the love, we can do it, and all of that. Now today, the Black Stars need you at the Accra Sports Stadium. I've seen Honourable Abeku Santana doing the most, trying to make sure the Ghanaians actually support our very own. Yesterday, we saw the parliamentarians there as well. It didn't matter the party color. Every parliamentarian was there. And so tonight, at exactly 7 p.m., the Black Stars will be playing Chad, and we need this win. You want us to go to the World Cup? Then we need this win. Let's all rally behind the Black Stars this evening at 7 p.m. Don't forget to all make sure you are at the Accra Sports Stadium. Get your ticket. Let's show the love. Let's bring back the love for Black Stars. And of course, Nathaniel Atto will be here to tell us more about it. And since we are still in the era of music, TGMAs, of course, the nominations are out. It sparked a lot of controversies on social media. People are saying, let's say you should have nominated me. Raskuku has raised concerns. Kim Paluta has raised concerns. Fans of Kofi Kinata have come out to to say, why is Kofi Kinata not in the category that is the Artist of the Year category? People are saying, why is Eternity Ghana a part of Artist of the Year instead of Group of the Year and all of that? Now, we will have the man, PRO, for Charterhouse, Robert Clark, joining us. We'll have Adum joining us as well. And Ninoy, who represents the Gospel Fraternity, will also join us. So this morning is going to be an amazing morning. Shola Adeyemi will be here to read all your messages with regards to trends, okay? So even if you can't send your messages, don't forget that she'll be here to read all the stories. So she'll tell us all the stories and also read your comments if you send it in during the trend segment. And we wish everybody a happy birthday. Guess what? Today is Shola's birthday. So happy birthday to you, darling. So we'll be celebrating her too on the show since it's her birthday. Want you to be a part of our show. And I am a Rosalie Felly. I think that I should let Ghana Dance Ensemble take over, right? Because they need to do a bit of dance for us. So I should do the dance. I should do it. And you're still watching Prime Morning. This segment is probably brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise. Still and still, phone, papa, perfy. Whatever gadget you're looking for, all I say is that go to Franco Trading Enterprise and get yours. Whether mobile phones, television sets, CCTV cameras, do not worry at all. They've got you sorted. You can actually download the app on your phone to make things very, very simple. So the app is Franco Trading app. Now, when you download the app on your phone, you can purchase any item of your choice and it will be delivered to you at your doorstep. For further inquiries, just visit our website, www.francotradingenterprise.com. Franco Trading Enterprise, still and still, phone papa perfy. Now, this morning, we are going to activate the Zoom very, very early. So you can actually join us now. Don't wait for the next 10, 15, 20 minutes. Join us now. The link is on the screen. And so just pick the link and join us now. Make sure your room is well lit and also make sure you are well dressed. And please kindly mute yourself. So I'm using the word please and I'm using the word kindly because it means a lot to us. Mute yourself, and when we pick you, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and make your point. We want that. Now this morning, we want to take a look at what is happening in the NPP. The NPP has been in power for 8 years. Unfortunately, they lost power to the NDC during the December 7th elections. Out of that, there have been some people or party members who have not been happy with things that have happened in the party. One person is Honorable Ajwa Safo, and she is on a media tour speaking against the things that happened during the turnout. She's spoken about school feeding, where she says that she didn't have control and there was a lot of rot that was happening in the school feeding contract. Not just that, she spoke about how her father's business has been collapsed, how Michael Kwe Jr. insulted her father and all of that, how, so many things she's spoken about. Now, yesterday, during probably noontime, the NPP issued a statement saying that all members of the party are not to communicate negatively about the party henceforth. But Honorable Ajwa Safo in the evening came on pulse at Joy News and did say that there's freedom of speech, hence she will go ahead and say as it is because there's so much that has been happening and the party has done her so wrong, so she will speak about it. And later in the evening, she was issued a sanction. So she's supposed to face the disciplinary committee, and we don't know what will happen as to whether she will adhere to that or she won't. She says she will not stop until she sees Dr. Baumia become the next president of Ghana. What are your thoughts on this? What do you have to say about it? Do you think NPP is in the right to issue the communique to stop Adwoa Safo? Or you think that Adwoa Safo is in the right to defend her name and her family's name and also fight for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to become the president of Ghana? Let's hear your voice this morning with regard to this particular issue. We want you to join us. Now, I'll start with the newspapers, what we have in the newspapers as you join us. Now, when you join us, immediately somebody joins. I'll put a hold on the newspaper and I'll pick who is joining us. So I'll start with the Daily Graphic newspaper. The Daily Graphic, new Kweumanhene pledges to improve agric sector and other sectors. Electrochem seeks $445 million to expand operations. Ben Galamsey excavators, activists advocates. Okay, but you know this whole Ben Galamsey excavators, haven't we seen it before? What was the result? Because in the year, probably, was it 2017? We saw this happen. Excavators were seized, excavators were burned, some went missing. And by 2024, Galamsey was in its worst state. So what's the essence of seizing excavators, burning excavators, and after 8 years, we see something else? You know, is that how we can curb it? Because it's been done before, but it didn't yield results. So if there are other means, use those means. Don't seize excavators, burn the excavators, and then after, 7 years, we'll hear Ghana Water tell us that in the next 5 years or 10 years, we will have access to good drinking water. Then you did nothing by burning those excavators. Anyway, let me see if there are other stories here. Yes, this is very dear to my heart. 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, Black Stars eye redemption in must-win clash against Chad. It is a must-win for the Black Stars and all Ghanaians today. Now, if you want to see Ghana in the World Cup, and this time around, the World Cup is happening in the United States of America. So if you want to see Ghana in it, let's bring back the love. I did mention to you earlier that tonight at the Accra Sports Stadium, the Black Stars are playing Chad. They need your full support to win. You know, there's something about support. When you back the people, the energy is there. They don't want to see you fail, or they don't want to disappoint you. So they go all out, they give their best. So please, if you don't have much doing this evening, try as much as possible to be at the Accra Sports Stadium. If not for the Ghana month, I think I would have even worn my jersey today to support the Black Stars, because everybody knows how much I love football. Unfortunately, along the line, I stopped loving the Black Stars because of one or two things that were happening. But I think that it's time for us to bring back the love. So you can join me to bring back the love. Let's root for Ghana Black Stars. They can do it, guys. They really, really can do it. So if you are there and you can't make it to the Accra Sports Stadium, I'm pleading with you. Be there, go with your vuvuzelas, go with your flags. Let's chant them to win. They deserve to win, and they need us to do this for them. If you don't support them, they will not win, and we need them to win. All right, the next newspaper is the Ghanaian Publisher newspaper. Dear Manasseh Azure, if I were you, okay, if I were you, what? This is very curious. Okay, let me see what the person is saying and who is even saying that if I were you, what would the person do? All right, so dear Manasseh Azure, if I were you, okay, so it said, I saw a publication you made on social media last week chronicling the relationship that has existed between the executive chairman of waste management giant Zoomlion Ghana Limited, a subsidiary of Jospon Group of Companies, and successive governments. In your brief post, you sought to draw attention to Mr. Siawe Japon's supposed attachment to the current administration and how he sought to paint a picture of availing himself and making his waste management company available for partnership. Implementing the government 24-hour economy, Manasseh, you may not know me personally because I'm nobody, but I can tell you that I will not place outside the top 5 admirers of your work as a journalist in this country. However, there is something you are getting wrong here. And your latest episode about the EC of Jospon, you made a statement about him which every right-thinking person would know deserves a commendation rather than condemnation. Okay, all right, so you are trying to tell Manasseh that out of this, you should rather praise the executive chairman of Zoomlion than to condemn him. All right, that's fine. That's your opinion, though. Stop your hawks now, Afenyo Makin tells Mahama, and I think he's speaking about the recent, I don't know the right word to use, but there's been a lot of arrest and searching of people's homes and all those things between the NDC and the MPP, and he says that stop your hawks. Now, a minority leader, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, has accused. I'm surprised I'm reading the, minority leader. I thought I'll never read it like that because it's supposed to be a spiritual seat. Anyway, just for the jokes though. Afenyo-Markin has accused national security operatives led by Richard Jakpa, who allegedly raided the residence of former Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Ernest Addison of stealing 10,000 Ghana cedis cash and jewelry. According to the minority leader, the raid at the Roman Ridge home of Dr. Addison failed to turn up incriminating evidence, but unfortunately for the governor, 10,000 Ghana cedis on his bed could not be found after the search. So who took it? Who took the 10,000 Ghana? Was there really 10,000 Ghana? Or there wasn't? And if there was, who took it? Who could have been behind the taking of the 10,000 Ghana? He also accused the operatives of stealing the governor's wife's earrings and necklaces during the operation. Speaking to the media in Parliament yesterday, the minority leader disclosed that the operatives also confiscated 3 vehicles that were later found abandoned at an undisclosed location. He said 3 official vehicles of the governor were taken away only for him to be informed later that they had been parked somewhere and he should send his drivers to pick them. Anyway, there's more, of course, there's more. I'm just hoping that we'll not be seeing this too many times where you have any government coming in, sending in witch hunting the others and all of that. So as much as possible, we hope that this will end. But I have my very first Zoomer. Hi, Master Planner. Hello, Master Planner.
Hello.
Yes.
Rosalie.
Yes, Master Planner.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Really looking gorgeous this morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I saw you dancing some few minutes ago.
I know, right? I love African
Nice.
culture, so. And a big thank you to the National Theatre and Ghana Dancing.
You really enjoy it. I can feel it here.
Thank you. All right.
You actually dance very well.
Oh, wow.
You've shown that you are a proud Ghanaian.
I am.
Yeah.
Talk to us about, your take on what is happening in the MPP. You're a member of the MPP.
Yes. Before I go to that issue, let me wish Anne Frempong a happy, glorious birthday. She's in the UK. I pray that the Almighty God grant her long life with prosperity, more money,
Amen.
and then good health.
Amen.
I think Sarah Joyce, she has the right to express her opinions and feelings. Yes, regardless, she should also follow party directives. I think it will help a lot. You remember the other time when we were calling her to come and vote, she decided to stay away. But in the absence, you should have also been quiet. Sometimes they say silence is golden. It's not any time that you have to be talking. I respect her so much. And I think if she end that media tour, it will do her a lot of good than what she is currently doing. Because I can see some presidential or running mate material in her. So we are begging, if truly she wants Dr. Bawumia to become president, some of the things she's saying are not going to make Dr. Bawumia president. So the party should rather sit. This issue of writing letter to Senate to disciplinary committee to, it shouldn't be so. If you can feel that, or you can feel that she's having passion for Dr. Bawumia, why don't you pass through Dr. Bawumia so that Dr. Bawumia can talk to her? Maybe that can even end the matter simply.
Right.
So we are begging the party hierarchy to also be cautious on how they solve some of these issues. But what she's doing, I think, is not the best. It's not going to help the party. So that's the little thing. We have a lot of things to discuss about the NDC. Look at how they are invading people's privacy and stuff. But now we can't discuss them. The budget, the holes in the budget, we should have been discussing those things now. But you've shifted the attention to somewhere else. So we are begging her, she should end. I learned she'll be going to another TV station 8 a.m. this morning. Yes, 8 a.m. She'll be going to, I think, GH1. We are begging her, she should just end the tour and then we move on. We have a party to build.
Right, okay. Thank you so much, Master Planner. But then she said she was in Parliament to do the voting, or even though she didn't vote for the e-levy, she still was in Parliament. She was asked if she was the one. She said yes, because of childbirth, she had put on a little bit, but it was her. So, but she didn't vote, though. That's what she said. She didn't vote. Anyway, you can also join us via Zoom this morning. The link is on the screen. Don't forget to make sure that your room is well lit so that we can have a very, very good conversation. I'm still on the Ghanaian Publisher newspaper. The Ghanaian Publisher, Natoshi, back successor, attends his vetting. MPP drags Taifa Beyonce to disciplinary committee. Taifa Beyonce? Wow, what a title to give to Honorable Adwoa Safo. The Ghanaian Publisher, really? You couldn't have mentioned her name as Honorable Adwoa Safo, that you had to use a jargon for her? I think that's a bit below the belt. It's been in the newspaper. I don't know who the editor is, but I think it's wrong. Imagine you as an editor, somebody using a certain jargon on you when you have earned your credibility. You don't do that. The fact that the person is in politics does not mean that you should drag the person that way. I think this is wrong, and this is below the belt. All right, so anything behind the... Okay, let me see if there are other stories here as well. All right, so I think that will be all for the Ghanaian Publisher newspaper. My next newspaper, which is the Daily Dispatch newspaper, the Daily Dispatch. Government to set up mining cooperatives to replace community mining schemes. Of course, but the community mining people are not too happy about it, you know. They are not. This whole mining brouhaha, we all don't know when it's going to get any better. I don't know. We try, but I don't know when it's going to get any better. We want to see more. Let me say it like that. We really, really want to see more. I don't know if the cooperatives will work, mining cooperatives will work better than the community mining scheme, or what's going to happen, you know. Anyway, police PROs to resume media interactions. IGP Yohonu, yeah, finally. You know, for a very long time, the PROs were not permitted to speak to the media. As to why, we don't know. But when was the last time you actually heard the police speak to the media? It wasn't going to happen. It was more social media. And so if the police ever wanted to share an opinion or speak about an issue that was happening, they had to address Ghanaians through media. If you had any questions, you couldn't get your answers because the police was not permitted to speak to media. But after 3 or 4 years, finally, the police is back to speak with media. And so all your questions will be answered. Probably, you know, everything that you have, every problem that you have with regards to the police, they say they'll speak to the media and update us on all the things that are happening in the society with regards to our security and, you know, busting of this, you know, arresting this person and all of that. And, oh, yeah, talking about that, does this hike in mobile money vendors attack in recent times? I don't know what's going on. Just yesterday, I chanced on a certain video of a young man. You know, he's working. Somebody comes in there, says, I want to send money to someone. He's counting the money. Another person passes the back with a knife and starts stabbing him right here in Ghana. So they were speaking Twi, and he was screaming, and nobody even came to his aid. He was screaming. He said they should take the money. I'm hoping that he didn't die, though. I think that it will be brought to you during trends. It's quite sad to see it, and we'll definitely say viewer discretion, because we have to let people know what's happening. And we hope that COP Yohonu, IGP, we beg you, at this point, something must be done about it, because if we don't take care, what's going to happen is more of the people that have been employed by these mobile money vendors will have to quit their jobs, because nobody wants to risk their life for how much? 2,000 Ghana cedis, 3,000 Ghana cedis at the end of the month? Nobody wants to do that. So please, let's beef up our security. We don't want to be seeing these things. It's happening too many times. Somebody's head was cut off somewhere 2 weeks ago. Someone was shot like 3 weeks ago in Kumasi. Come on. Oh, this is not something we want to hear. So yes, police PROs, you are going to interact with the media, but want to see that certain things are also done and done well, security-wise. We need it. Mr. Eduji Tamaklo, MPA boss, on how he will deal with illegal fuel traders. And yesterday, somebody was saying to me that fuel prices have dropped and they're excited about it, dropped drastically. What was the last time you went to the filling station or the gas station to fill your tank, and has it really, really dropped? Are you feeling the impact that it's dropped, or it's just being said, or your OMC hasn't dropped theirs? I hear some OMCs haven't dropped theirs yet. Nab is joining me this morning. Good morning, Nab.
Hey, good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing well. I hope everything is fine.
Everything is fine by God's grace. And thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, I guess today you are running the show.
I'm running the show. I am.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, let me say special greetings to Abanga Hussein Yakubu, a.k.a. MPP Abanga, Obiabe Didi Peche level. And yes, so right straight away, this Galamsey fight, I believe the government has to really put in much effort, because what we are seeing now, it's really unacceptable. We thought that initially when the civil society, this unions, they stood up in arms with the government. Then I thought they could also continue or sustain that pressure in order to get things done. But then again, it is quite refreshing to know that the lands minister, I heard him 2 days ago saying that there are some big wigs, even in his party, that are also engaging in this galamsey, and that at the appropriate time he will line them up for to the court. He will line them up to the court, and I believe it will set a good example that if indeed he is able to carry that through, then no other person would even be able to have that kind of power or energy to even go to do that same or to go through that same tangent. So I believe that if he's able to do that, it will send a clear signal that yes, they are willing to fight the galamsey and not to sort of cover up and things like that. Because virtually our forest reserves is taken over. It's been taken over by the galamsey. And you ask yourself, this is really an existential threat to all of us, because sometimes you are in Accra thinking that, Accra, there's no galamsey going on. But you remember that the food that you are eating is not coming from Accra. It is coming from somewhere else. And that place is where the galamsey is also taking place. So if you think that you are in Accra and that you are unaffected, then you must be mistaken. So I will urge the government. I think what the lands minister is doing now, I must confess that it is indeed positive. And if he should continue and making sure that whoever is responsible must be dealt with, and not to allow party politics to undermine the work that he is doing. So thank you very much.
Thank you. But we want you to speak to the issue with regards to what's happening in your party. Your party has sanctioned Honorable Adjo Asafo because she's on, a rampage, speaking about what has been happening in the party, how her father's business was destroyed, how the school feeding, there's rot in the school feeding, so many things she's been saying. Yesterday, she did say that she was not going to stop speaking, even though the party had issued a communique that everyone should stop speaking against the party.
Okay, so it's in two folds. Okay, if you ask me, it's in two folds. One, Adjo Asafo went overboard by calling the committee as she actually used certain words which I think it is not she can address the issue. Of course, her concerns are genuine, and I believe that the party should rather listen to her, because it is because of this that is why we lost the seat. That seat should not be, it should not have left our hands. Yet it is gone. So they shouldn't just be thinking about because they issue statement and blah blah blah. So Sarah Sapwa should face the disciplinary action. This will not end well for us, because we shouldn't be belligerent. We should just let cool heads prevail, and not to sort of think that because she has said something which is against, or like she has flouted the rules or the directive earlier that nobody should speak. I think she's airing her views, and I believe that they should just give her the opportunity to. We are all in the healing. We are trying to heal. We are in the healing process. We are trying to heal our wounds, and therefore, if anything like that, of course, yes, certain comments that we made again regarding the eminent people on the committee is very unfortunate. However, the content, whatever she is saying, especially when her father's business was targeted, among other things, if it is indeed it is established that it is so, then they have to really find a way of touching the heart of the father, and pleading with them to forget about everything. Because mind you, Ajah Safua's backyard, they have a very big constituency there, because their church members alone would, if they decided not to vote, I believe that was what really happened. That is why we lost the election. So they should stop what they are doing. They should stop it. Whatever that has happened, they should just speak to her. They should use the backdoor approach to speak to her, to plead on her conscience to cease fire, rather than trying to make it look like, yes, she has flattered the rules, so they are going to deal with it. It will not end well with us. That's one. I must be honest with you. The lady is saying things which she felt strongly that the party didn't treat her well. They should just cool her down, speak to her, and then speak to the father, and also apologize if that thing really happened. Because I've heard so many times several people who really supported the party, which at the end of the day, when the party came to power, their business actually collapsed. They were not attended to. They felt that they have sacrificed, and now they are no longer going to do that. We should try and make peace rather than to make things worse. Yes, that's my humble view.
All right, thank you so much for joining now. I like your view this morning, really, really deep one. Thank you very, very much. And, if the party members are saying that you need to sit down with this woman, then it looks like the executives have to sit down with Honorable Adum Safo and have a better conversation, not summoning her. Honorable Akisme is joining us. Hello, Akisme.
Hello, Commander Ferry.
Yes, my love. How are you doing?
Please, take of your grace and your prayers. I'm strong.
We thank God.
And you?
I'm fine, thank you, Honorable Akisme. Speak to us. What do you have to tell us?
Fantastic. Let me first of all send my regards to Elder Moses at Sombre and one of your producers, Nana AC. Rosie, do you know that this MPP party is not very interesting again? Because as I remember that when they empower, they talk about Adum Safo, this and that. The woman did not open his mouth and say anything. But now the woman have the right to share his view or the feelings. They are attacking her left and right, as if they want to silence the woman. But they can't silence her, because I don't understand the reason why when someone wants to talk the truth about the MPP party, they want to attack the person. But when the same MPP person wants to attack the person, that's one day they are right. So me, I'm support, because I heard that they say Adum Safo did not contribute any peswa in this election about the MPP. But I remember that all the big boss, the big boss in across Ghana, is Adum Safo father, who allow Adum Safo to use the MPP poster to post the big boss. That's one. It's part of the contribution. And I'm pleading again to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama that we, the assembly members, we are waiting for our MC. So you should act quick so that we can measure our MC for us to do our work faster. And you want a good leader who can listen to read the assembly member, who can listen to read the community so that we can give our defense to the MC. So I'm free on behalf to the president to quit so that he can fight the MC fight. God bless you, Rosie.
Okay, before you go, I just want to know, do you want to be the MC?
Why not? Just remember, 2028,
yeah.
I'll become MC.
I thought you were assemblyman. Were you not rather assemblyman? So now it's MC you want?
Please, yes. And the people MC, I will be that MC. It's promise.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not the reason why you're asking me this. I'm not the reason why. Yes, I'm not the reason why.
What's the reason why I asked you?
Sometimes you and KMD, you make it stop the way I did the assemblyman. But you see, English speaking is not the...
No, I believe that, you know, we have a very big platform. And when you come on the platform, you can take advantage of the platform and campaign. And I believe that with your campaign prowess on the platform, your people watching you, when it's time to select the MC, you will be selected as the MC. That's why I asked you if you are interested, so that your people will know that you are interested. Maybe there are authorities that are watching us in the NDC. If they're selecting right now, they can say, oh, there's a gentleman that joins Joy Prime every morning. We think he's doing a very good job, and so we should put him on as the MC for that area. And so you take up the opportunity and you go blow.
God bless you. Thank you very much, my sister. It's not only the MC. This message, this is a very good message. You should go to our leaders that look at the way Akismi has suffered. Yeah. Every day Akismi will back Reddit and send message to Jeff Bram today. So now that you are in power, they should let me to enjoy.
Yes, I agree with you.
It's not that, you know that me, fire on the mountain will come.
I agree with you, and I agree with the fact that it's not just about speaking English. If you can do the work, you can do the work. I mean, you know the people on the ground, so why not?
Please, yes. Thank you. I can do the job. I can do the job.
Yes. So we'll root for you. We are hoping that you get to become the MCE for your area, okay?
God bless you, my lovely sister.
Thank you.
Super.
Thank you very much, Akisme. Do have a wonderful day. All right. So
have a wonderful morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So you at home can also join us via Zoom this morning. We have just some few minutes to go on Zoom, and then we can continue with the show. Don't forget that today's show, we have so much for you. We have, you know, the Ghana Dance Ensemble here. Of course, they are doing their thing with us. And today they are telling us they are even going to the Accra Sports Stadium for the Black Stars March. The culture, I love everything culture, so I'm happy that they are going there to go and do their thing. If you are home and you have nothing doing, please, as much as possible, let's all get to the Accra Sports Stadium. The match starts at exactly 7 p.m. Let's go support. Christian is joining. Hi, Christian.
Hi, good morning, my dear.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, by His grace, I'm fine. I'm looking beautiful this morning.
Thank you so much. All thanks to National Theatre Ghana.
That's great.
All right, please talk to us.
Yes, this morning I just want to contribute more to our Honorable Madam just for submission yesterday.
Okay.
I listened to her on Joy News yesterday. Mm-hmm. In fact, I was very happy, because this is the kind of people we need in the party who will voice out what they think is not right. Mm. And we have to organize ourselves and come back to power 2028 so that we can save this country. But if we have people that will hide the truth, that this is the truth, so they are hiding it, which people will not get to know what actually happened, then we are in trouble. So I was very happy. I listened to her myself, and I was very happy that she's bringing all this thing out. And my addition to the party is that, yes, if you think somebody is doing something that is wrong, call the person and sit down with the person and talk to the person. The person will tell you details about what is happening. I think a Joseph problem is also the chair of the elections committee, the elections review committee, Honorable Mike Okwe. Yes, I myself, I was not happy when Dama was chosen to lead the committee. I was not happy because I asked myself, is he the only person in the party?
Oh, unfortunately, the network is messing up a little bit. You know, today, because of the rains, the network is not that stable, but you can still, you know, join us later once the network is stable. Christian, we'll appreciate your views because you were making a very good point, and so wanted to hear the point that you were making. So please try as much as possible to disconnect and connect again. You can also connect and then share your opinion on what is happening in the NPP, where Honorable Ajua Safo has been sanctioned by the leadership of the party, because Honorable Ajua Safo has been on a rampage and speaking about the things that have been happening in the party. She actually mentioned that her father's company was collapsed. She mentioned the rot in the school feeding program, and also she mentioned the things that were done to her when her children were not too well. You can join us this morning. So you can join us, and we also, for you who haven't seen the video, we'll try and get the video for you to see, especially her response after the NPP issued a communique desisting anyone who is a part of the party from speaking against the party. She did say that she had every right to speak about it. Now, we've had initial Zoomers join us to tell us that what she's doing is not that wrong. She just, you know, pained. And so what the party executives must do is not to sanction her, but rather call her and have a word with her. That way, things will get better. So let's take a look at some of the videos.
I think that the first time was good. Ghanaians had a lot of expectations, and there was that, you know, eagerness and that preparedness to meet that expectation of Ghanaians. But I think that moving into our second term, I would support exactly what Honorable Secretary Mensah-Bonsu was saying. It was as if we weren't hearing. It was as if we didn't care. It was as if we were on our jolly ride. Chiefs were complaining. Pastors were complaining. You know, party people were complaining. The youth. Everything that we were doing, it was as if there was no election ahead of us. Not that governance is about thinking about the next election. It's about governance. But you should know that your track record is what is going to secure you your next term. Right. So you have to listen. At the time, I think that at a point, we were not listening.
Is it a normal second-term syndrome that almost every party, you know, face?
Maybe. Maybe. And we did a lot of things that got people really aggrieved. People were really bitter. The business community. My father is a typical example. The president was my father's lawyer in the 80s and in the 90s. So he has a close relationship with my father, Apostle Dr. Kojo Safo. He has a lot of businesses. One is our transport company, Imperial Express.
Right.
It was thriving. It was doing very well. Concentrating in the northern regions, Togo, Benin, everywhere. You know, we wake up one morning, and to our utmost surprise, Honorable Henry Quarter brought a team of guys with bulldozers, whether they were, how do they call them? These macho guys. Langards or whatever. He didn't even give us notice to even park our computers. They pulled everything down one day.
And the reason being what? That you were occupying and land that didn't belong to you?
The land didn't belong to us. The land was government land. The land was being leased to us and we were paying. It was a land for the Sports Council. So at the time, Honorable Neil Ante van der Poel was the one that the general manager then entered into that agreement with, and we were paying, and that is where we're operating from. And a lot of people do that. Most of the terminals that you see don't belong to the transport companies. We lease them.
Right.
And we were doing everything, not that we stopped paying the lease. They said there was an order from above that those lands were being recaptured for a government project. They pulled everything down without notice. Until date, there has not been any government project on that land.
And this
How do you expect Christo Asafo members and my father to go and vote for the NPP? How? We have blood running in our veins. I have blood running in my veins. That is the company that took care of me. The man has sacrificed his daughter to you and brings the largest votes and the largest constituency to your political party. Is that a way to pay him back? If you don't help him expand, if you don't help him with his automobile, you go and pull down a transport company that will use these buses to bus electorates to go and vote in the past.
Did you complain this to the president, and what was the response?
No response.
But did you complain?
Eugene,
Elton.
Elton. Complain when they want to take it. When you complain, who are you complaining to? Honorable Henry Korte, after that, I called and called and called him. He never picked my call. He never picked my call after telling me it was an order from above and they were going to use it for, I don't want to mention the person's name because I've been advised. And they have walled it from then.
Up until now.
It is still there. Nothing has been done on it. And I'm daring them. Now NDC is in power. Go and do the project you want to do over there. Whether you'll be given the opportunity to. Why destroy people's businesses? The business community, it's not only my father. Pastors, we were arresting pastors that prayed for us to come into government. You expect him to tell his church following that go and vote for NPP again. So I'm telling you, we are the cause of our...
How do you expect the community to go and vote for you? How? Really? Anyway, that's the words of Adum Asafo, Honorable Adum Asafo. We have somebody else joining us via Zoom. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Please, what's your name?
My name is Amo Wate.
Amo, okay, please talk to us.
Let me congratulate you to NDC government. You are looking beautiful this morning.
Thank you very much.
Let me touch on Honorable Adum Asafo. I said the same sympathy with her. I'm very sad for hearing what he's saying. But I'm against the party of sanctioning. My party should sit down with her and talk to her. Because we are in a critical moment. MPP is a very critical moment. I need to talk. We still sanction all our party people. Why? This woman have so many followers in the constituency. So why do you sanction her when she's talking? They should allow her to speak. They should allow her to speak. If they don't want her to make anything that will make the party collapse, they should sit with her. The party is not in a good shape. So why? And they want to speak with Ivy. I don't like the way the party is going. Please, I'm advising my party people. We have so many things to say. Like I said, you only make the say it. We will be able to if they make me share concerning our party. I will home with your party. The big party has to be great. Like I said, to my advising with party said, they shouldn't sanction the woman. They should sit with her and talk to her. Because the area that this lady is reside, I listen to her. They go there and settle that place. I say, oh, no, what is it? So, say, we be say, Mamma, one day I say, Money is say na one in Casa. Yes, I mean the woman Casa change the one Casa. We are the democratic era. We are the democratic country. You should allow her to take. There's something here.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. And it looks like the party people don't want her sanctioned. Adwoa was really loved, I must say. That they really don't want her to be sanctioned. They want them to sit down with her and have a word with her. Okay. Well, let's hear your opinion as well. Probably in the next 5 minutes, we'll have to end the conversation. But let's take a look at this video too, where she did say that she was not going to stop speaking.
Just reminding the party that this is a party that we fought for freedom of speech. We had our flag bearer, once flag bearer and once president, walk on the streets of Ghana, demonstrating the Ghanaians should be allowed to speak. And it's a constitutional right, freedom of speech. Who started speaking? Our General Secretary. Who started speaking after we lost the election? He was going everywhere, explaining. He went to the extent of telling people that nobody should blame him for the election, what we lost. He went on radio saying that His Excellency, the President Nana Akufo-Addo, wasn't listening to them at cabinet. That is what Kodua went on radio to say. And what? Now Adwoa stand and what? You are issuing a statement. What locus does he have? You were on radio. And if he wants to write a letter, a love letter to me, he should write that love letter. This is so general. And I don't think it's a general statement I want to respond to. But you started the game. He should go on social media and see how the party people are bashing him. He has an election coming up. He shouldn't be allowed, he shouldn't allow himself to be manipulated and used for other people's cause. If you have an election coming up and your party base is bitter and they want a voice to speak for them, what I'm doing, I want to clarify something. I'm a lawyer. I've read that statement. I am not discussing party issues here. There has been a character assassination on me. I have been defamed by my own party. And I have a duty owed to myself to clarify, to set the record straight, to strip them off that whatever they painted me, however they painted me, to bring me down. It's not what it was. It's not what it is.
Naturally, people...
And Honorable Adwoa is really, really pained by some of the things that happen in the party. She has said that she will do all it takes to see Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in power. She's not leaving the NPP because the NPP doesn't belong to one particular person, but she will speak against all the negatives and make sure that the negatives are corrected. We have had a lot of you joining us to let us know that the party leadership sanctioning her is not in the right, rather to sit with her and have a conversation, or should allow her to speak out so that they can fix all the wrongs in the party. We do have breaking news also coming in Adum. There's a fire outbreak, and it's alleged that there's been power fluctuations which has caused the fire outbreak. It just reminds me of just about 2 weeks ago, a house opposite or adjacent to our house, you know, there was power fluctuation, and then all of a sudden the front light started sparking fire. Everybody was screaming until, you know, somebody went to turn off the light or the electrical pole, the power off, and then it stopped. So we are hoping that everybody's safe out there. But let's take a look at what's happening in Adum with regards to the fire outbreak.
say anopa be no nem ho na efiri ase e wan nketua so aya say bia na obi shibora na kwafa sa gya iba ya ekwawie ase no stores a eho ya aka no abrosan be miensa de metuma ka say eja no ate asim se dodo na anim kumase ya ba bia eja ne firi ase no PZ ho na efiri ye ho se ufiri Hello FM for abrosan no a next building of Hello FM na eja no etoya efiri ase na wo hwe Hello FM akire ho a stores dodo na ho nkofo bombodwa ho a enya asem ketua enti anam se enam bodwa no eye nnua enti no eja ne toma ahia na ehie eja no metuma ka sese ya ekobo no nkuri ahye ebeburu no hwere enan na fire service for edi kan ba ha no wo hwe eja na efiri ase ewo esoro enti na
so this is what is happening in Adum currently. Sorry, we have Alex joining us, and he's in the person. Alex, he's joining us from the Ghana Fire Service. Hello, good morning, Alex.
Hi, good morning.
I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry I called you Alex. Please, what's your designation? Kindly help.
ADU1, Assistant Divisional Officer.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Assistant Divisional Officer, Alex. So for this, tell us what is happening currently in Adum.
So currently, we have 5 fire tenders joining from different parts of the community, all currently at the scene. As you can see, the fire involves a storage building, and always within the logistical constraints on our part. But notwithstanding, our officers are doing their very best. We are committed to fighting the fire and preserving human lives. So, unfortunately, from what I've been informed, the top floor is totally bent, and we are working hard to make sure the fire that spread 2 adjoining buildings within the same area.
Wow, that's a severe fire outbreak then. Now, talking about that, how difficult or how easy was your men access the place? Because usually we hear that when fire outbreak happens in marketplaces, it's very difficult for your men to reach that place to quench the fire.
It's very true, because we all know how congested Adum is. Adum is quite a congested area, and when fires happen like this, you have a lot of people trying to come and see what is happening. Again, you have people trying to salvage their items, and then in the course of salvaging their items, we end up putting these items on the road, and sometimes it kills our movement when fighting the fire. So it's quite challenging, but we've learned to move beyond these challenges to still achieve our aim. So we are on it, and I trust our men that obviously when there's fire, there's a certain extent of damage, but rest assured that we do our best to prevent the larger community from the fire.
All right. So what time did the fire start, if you have any idea of that?
Well, I'm told it's around 6 a.m.
Okay.
And so, we've always been, I'll go back to the resources on our part. We've always removed the lack of fire crews. Even if Accra, as big as Accra, has just about 12, 13 functional fire personnel, Accra, how much Putman? From what I even gathered, one of the fire tenders developed the bomb failure at the scene. Our logistics are way old, and we are hoping that, as the Honorable Minister has assured us, we're hoping that we get timely intervention of logistics so that in the future, issues like this are continuing.
All right, so we hear that the fire started because of fluctuation of power. How true is this?
Well, that's what people are saying. Until we are fully done with the fire and assessing the cause, we can say that's a preliminary finding. But then we subject it to investigation to make sure that we confirm truly that's the real cause of the fire.
Okay, and how soon should we expect the fire to be quenched fully?
I'm confident that before the end of the week, we should be able to quench the fire.
Before the end of the day?
Yes. Because the reason I'm saying that is that I'm being careful not to do any particular timeline, looking at the kind of items that are involved. From what I've been briefed, It has to do with electrical shocks and other items which are highly combustible. Putting out fire is not a 1 hour. It takes a lot of time. You have to make sure that there is no room for exhaustion, like the exhaustion of these fires. So what we have done, we have to overhauling salvaging, making sure that there is no room where the fire will be there again. So before the close of this, within the course of the day, hopefully we should be able to totally extinguish the fire.
Okay, I like your honesty on this one, but you know, people are concerned that if the longer it takes, won't the fire spread?
Well, the most important thing is that we contain the fire and make sure that the fire does not spread. So once the fire is contained, it won't spread. Once we contain it, we're able to cap it from further spread and then deal with the heat of fire. So if it happens that way, there's no spread.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for joining us, GNFS, Alex King and Nate Adum. We are very grateful. I will definitely call on you again to get more information about it. But before you go, let me ask you this final question. I'm sorry. When the fire started, what time? They started around 6 a.m. What time did they call you to the place?
Well, I can't confirm the particular timing yet, but once we were called, you know, we have a question confirmed.
Okay.
To go to this fire place. Yes, as I said, a lot of attempts are out, like, are out. So, you know, when they are heat becomes quite a problem, but our people get there with good time, you know, by the time we receive the call. Once we call, you know,
once they called, your men got there. So what time did your men get there? Around what time?
So I don't have that time here with me at the moment.
Okay. All right. Yes. So it's 7:32 now. So maybe around 7 o'clock or 6:30, your men were there?
Oh, they got there before. They got there before 7.
Oh, that's great. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, GNFS, Alex. We are very grateful that you could speak with us this morning. Thank you. All right. So we are hoping that the fire will be fully quenched. And of course, we'll get to hear about the result of what caused the fire outbreak. And please, again, let's be very careful out there because, yes, the power fluctuations are causing fire outbreak. I witnessed it just 2 weeks ago where my neighbor's house almost caught fire because of power fluctuation. So let's be careful out there. And please, if you have any electrical stuff, please get the right people to do it for you. Don't go and get anybody trying to sort out connecting wires and all of that. You could burn your house or you could burn your shop or something else. So please, as much as possible, let's keep safe. Anyway, for those of you who have joined us via Zoom, I don't know if we have enough time, producer. Do we have more time to pick a Zoomer or we are done? Okay, so on that note, we will say a very big thank you to all of you that joined us via Zoom this morning to speak about what has been happening in the NPP. Most of you did say that you don't think that the NPP should sanction Honorable Adwoa. For some of you also said that, yes, she should be sanctioned, and but most majority said she shouldn't be sanctioned. Rather, the party should call her and have a sit-down conversation with her. That way, things will get better. But then again, they should allow her to speak because so much happened in the party. And if the rot is spoken about, you'll be able to fix it. Thank you so much for joining us during Newsflash segment. This segment was proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise. Still phone papa PFA. Whatever gadget you're looking for, with the mobile phones, television sets, CCTV cameras, we say worry no more because we've got you covered. You can actually get any of these gadgets on our website or on our app. And so you can download the app on your phone, which is Franco Trading app, or visit our website for further inquiries, which is www.francotradingenterprise.com. Still phone Papa Fie. Now today we are bringing back the love for the Black Stars, and so for those of you who can be at the Accra Sports Stadium, please again, let's all go there and support the Ghana Black Stars. They need us, they need you, they need me. Okay, so let's do it together. If you can't go, you can still, you know what? Just wear your jersey, take a picture, post on social media, bring back the love for Ghana Black Stars. Let's support them. Go, 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 Black Stars, go. They can do this. We've seen the love that, you know, the authorities are trying to channel into it. And so let's all rally behind the Ghana Black Stars as they play Chad today at exactly 7 p.m. So I think you have to be at the stadium around 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. so you can get a very good seat, and let's support the Ghana Black Stars. Very, very important. We have to do this. Also, let's not forget that today is Shola's birthday, so we have to make a lot of noise for Shola. So we'll be celebrating her today. She'll be here to read the trends, and she'll tell us more about her day, whether she's going to be partying or she won't be partying. She'll tell us what she's doing today. Shola Adeyemi, Lord Shola Adeyemi, today's your day. Hey, girl, today, dear. We don't go here, peace, so happy birthday to you, Shola. And also, today we will delve into the TGMA nominations. Of course, when we talk about current affairs more, we have to talk about entertainment more. You know what I mean? And talking about that, we know Kim Paluta has, you know, written to the organizers of TGMA, that's Charterhouse, to question why Makoba didn't make it. Now, there's been a lot of, you know, people saying all sort of things. Some say the song is vulgar. Others are saying that, oh, it's a way to avoid him winning the Artist of the Year. Well, Robert Clark, who is a PRO for Charterhouse, will be here. Adum Tetome, who is a pundit, will be here as well. And Ninoy Day will also be here to speak to us and let us know exactly what it is, okay? We want to know what is happening in that scheme. Some people have also said that Dope Nation should have been in the nominations because they were advocating for the group category coming back, but they were not nominated. Well, Charterhouse has spoken, saying that they did not foul. Dope Nation also tweeted and said there's so much that they will speak about later, but they won't speak about it now. Did you foul? Did you foul? Anyway, not just that. Rascal Kutu says he doesn't know what he has done, that they are not treating him fairly. Hey, I wonder how the Charterhouse people, they sleep, because year on, these things keep happening, and I don't know how they manage to deal with it. But anyway, we'll delve into that conversation during the entertainment segment, which comes your way at exactly 9 a.m. So be a part of our conversations. Today is Wednesday, and so Friday, sorry. And so today we'll bring you changes at exactly 1 p.m. as well. And our guest is the one and only MOG Music. He'll be here. He'll be serenading us. We'll have fun. If you want to be a part of the studio audience, you know how we do it. You're welcome. Just make sure you get here at exactly 12:30. Okay, and then you can take your seat. Please, if MOG, you're a fan of MOG and you want to meet MOG, this is your opportunity to meet MOG. Just make sure that you are here at exactly 12:30. All right, so we want to go back to Kumasi and take a look at what is happening in the market as the fire service are there and they are trying to quench the fire. Take a look.
Kose, na papa diko, ya hwe achi ha. Ye betima hu se enyama dodo na no e na egu ha na ne nyina ne se opani ba ko ogina ha mi chem se ne shop e na wa ase ha yi na mi chem se ne shop e na wa ase ha na wa ba ye no na enipa etima bu ani aboa no ya na me bu ya to no ne begina ha ebu ye opani ta me na tim beduru ha me ba 5:30 ta me ya hu se efri ase ye be 6 to 7 on mo na start here 6 to 7
then we dey na ko bu ni ma
am na be begina ha dey be
the time ben na wa utimi e packing nyama nyina di be
amanfo ne so mu start me di country go an ya san twe ba ha no won mu ne so mu ya no be fam pabo of man no mu so mu ya twe ba be gu anu nya no maketo no go za
bamba je fro say
me de Mr.
Mankwa kafra Mr. Mankwa ne na bon komo no on de yame adon oba watimi aboa abunu so na ni ayi mu niam adodo na yi mu niam adodo mu niam na gu hei
to fresh am niam you say container to the air fresh spray niam be
kafra na tambe na to ja no
mi fla sankale ana me de abanti mi so la ma che 4:30 no be du na sa ka be 9 minutes na 7 mi tisi from na mu se jani tamu tu ya be he na se niam mi fla sankale ton atwe de sankala atwedeɛ na mede bɛbɛ bi duru a igya no ahyew nneɛma no nyinaa ɛfrɛhyɛ no baako koraa
yes na manya ɔpani baako a manya ne nteɛ sɛ aborosan a ɛtɔ so mmiɛnsa a ɛgya aka yi ɔno na yɛ no dea na abusua kyɛ sɛ awerɛho I am so emotional kyɛ sɛ mewura ho na dɛ sɛ wɔne tia sɛ wo nneɛma ɛhye na wontimi nnom no asɛ fam na manya ɔpani wɔ ha papa mema wo kafra mema wo kosɛ metimu sɛ wɔne ase ataatae kosɛ wate kosɛ na mpanyimfoɔ ka asɛm sɛ wowɔ nkwa a ɛna wowɔ adeɛ ka mɛ na wotii sɛ gya yi atɔ wo aborosan no mu
it's a bank for be a budget soro ni nyina ti no me go so a me ye ho adwuma nti me sole ahoma kyesa me koto materials no bi makoto materials no kra eba ya kakakra bi na ya wi minim adekra esi ti me ko ba bi na abrosan na ya me brother panyin a me di na chimi ansa dia nti me na me ye bibia me na me ye ho bibia yo mo frɛ me no me de me nim hwe me dimirika ba se bi a wo ya bi na aye saa nanke me ba ye de wesi aye no ye ho hwe a eniyi
enti sɛ wo hwɛ abrosan ya stores do be se na wo
oh stores be 18 in the room
na tambe na wo te fire service for
24 fire service for only there omo ba ye no omo so omo nsu asa dia ya omo bantem kra na omo behwe ha na nka amane sa omo gina ho sa omo ameye hwe ho omo ba ye na ye die insure
na mamenhwe asai sɛ ya wo so ne no wa so sɛ dig ma ha wotɔ ne ma wa ha
me to no ma wa ha
ne ba na wotɔ ne ha
phones ne computers nyina sh ni nyina sh
na ya wo sare sika so egu shop no mu ana
sika de bi ngo ho nyame kura ne dana sesa sanga bank fo no ba na sika no wo ho a kadiasi
yes bank fo so da wo soro ho omu diguma
de bia fe no ma start ya
ha
na de atia
ba che fo se
Kofi Edu
Mr. Kofi Edu wono ana wo hwe abrosan a ewo mu 24 a etoso miense jana kanana eye ne dia ye na di nkomo o chem se na nse ntem krampo ana bank fo aba ha abaje ba ko se oboba ya bedi dwuma senka esoro ho nyina omagye senka bank fo na abade a anka o chem se de sika dodo na so no anka atimi ahia enye asam ketua na opanyima hu se wani abere pa woni ma wa ha bi woton ne ma wa ha bi ana
ambe me tonne ma wana me taxi do ba me twi taxi ba e kwa safa market
okay
na me fada ni mini pa ti nyama na ese o se me park taxi na me bo na o yi ni bendesi nya dai e free store no mu ana me bo ano intimidate me mbapa na me na tikiditi a ojan so start shi ya chepa around be 6 o'clock jan start shi asenia mapa
me da se taxi do ba ko so na ache de ono so hu ye no wo de na wo ton wa ha
aso me ma me nioma e wo store honom before say jane so ye na e sha se be 5:30 ya fra e sha se won finfin ha ya fra fire service for nioma e wo store yi mu na ye tibi for so ya se ya de ya fra mu dada nya na time abo omu nya ndru ha meduma na jana tima shi nioma ni na me ma me nioma e gu store honom ya ka ni sika anya sika ketwa store wa e gu ayi na pa bo agum anya mpa bo kuma nini na se
de na hoton
ya tompa bo de nya nse ya no eno wo store nini na se eno so na hia de to no ha ne de enya yi de wo soro honom na ya de gu wo se honom nini na se
na de wa ha no ma ya gu hanum se no eno ma atwe ya ma ja sa tom no de wo soro no ma yi no eno ma sa atwe ya ma ja tom no no ma na ma ya pia nini na ma sa ma ja tom o ma ja tom e dada wa chile na ba ma atwe ya ma ja na ba
very, very sad to watch. Very, very sad. My heart is broken this morning. I mean, imagine waking up one day and all your investment goes down the drain through fire. This is too sad. And, you know, when I spoke to Alex earlier, GNFS Alex, he did mention that the fire service was there and they were, you know, putting the fire out. But listening to what the witnesses are saying, they came, water finished, so they left.
So the fire is still ongoing, and there's no fire service on the ground. They are there, but they are still fighting. But from what the man said, he says that their water got finished. All right. Let's speak with Leo, who is our correspondent in Kumasi at Lab FM. Good morning, Leo.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, but the circumstances around me is not so good. So
I can tell. And please tell us exactly what is happening.
Hello?
Yes, please tell us exactly what is happening, Leo.
Okay, yeah, so right now, the fire is still raging. Building where the fire started at the top floor, fire is still raging on. And then, it goes to the second building where the fire service are right now. They are using the fire service with the ladder to try and then, get that fire out. There are people still in that building trying to salvage what they can on the stores. So that's what's going on right now.
And looking at how they are working, do you think they'll be able to quench the fire anytime soon?
Hopefully they will. So, for example, when they first came, I got here, there was one fire in that. It got here the moment I also got here.
Okay.
And then when they deployed the fire, the water, it looks like it wasn't reaching the top of the building where the fire was the strongest. So they brought in other fire tenders, which had more power, and it was able to do a little bit of control.
Okay.
The side where it's close to the Hello FM building.
Okay.
But the fire is not out yet. And, along the line, some of the debris that fell also got one store on the ground floor of the building where the fire started, and that store too is now gone. And there was explosions here and there. You could hear a lot of explosions coming in out of that store. And then the second building, on the left of that building too, as I'm speaking to you now, is also currently on fire. That one is also on fire right now.
Wow, this is heartbreaking to hear. Now, talking about that, one of the eyewitnesses, or even one person who has been affected, did mention that when the fire service came in, their water got finished. How true is this? We just want to clear it so that the fire service do not have a bad name.
Well, when they got, I don't know how these machines work. I don't know the technicalities that is around it. And when they got here, what I could see is that when they try to spit the water out of, when they get here, they have to take some time before they can deploy. Pull the wires and the pipes and all those things before they can deploy the fire. So when they started deploying the fire, the force wasn't reaching the top of the building where the fire was strongest. So that was what, until a second fire came, it was stronger. But the reason why they couldn't get there is because all the three fires that came here first did not have a ladder on top of it. Until the fourth one came, that has a ladder, and then now they are on, a structure that trying to douse the fire.
We are praying that the fire will be quenched soon. But how is the atmosphere like with regards to the people?
There are a lot of people here. Thousands of people gathered around here. Some store owners, some people who are, passing by, people who sell the streets, and other store owners here. All the attention is on the fire right now. It's a helter-skelter. People are screaming. People are talking. You can if you can hear the voice in the background. There's a lot of chaos going on right now.
We are hoping that calm will be restored, and we are hoping that, of course, the fire will be quenched. So, Leo, intermittently will be.
They are beating someone with a stick.
They are beating somebody with stick?
Yeah, I'm sure he was trying to steal something.
Oh, wow. So thieves are taking advantage.
Yeah, okay, so the police are there right now trying to stop it.
Okay.
The police are there right now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they are breaking them apart. Okay, yeah, they're breaking them apart right now.
All right, good. That's good. We'll definitely be coming to you intermittently during the show for you to be giving us updates, Leo.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you so much. And this is what is happening in Adum currently, where there's fire outbreak in the market. And of course, the fire service is trying their best to quench the fire. And some thieves are taking advantage of what is going on. Why are people like this? Why? People are losing their livelihoods
in the fire and you want to take advantage and steal in this critical moment, don't do this. Please don't do this. Anyway, we are glad that the police is also on grounds to make sure that things get better. And at this time, we say that for the families that are losing something, we pray that God will take you through this difficult time. It's a very, very difficult time, and we do stand with you in your difficult time, and we pray that things will get better. Of course, we are hoping that the fire also be quenched as soon as possible. I don't know. As of now, I feel very, very sad. My heart is broken because of what I'm seeing on the screen in Adum. It's sad. Anyway, back into the studio, back into what we have to do. We have What's Trending that is coming up. We have sports that's coming up as well. And also, we do have more conversations with regards to the TGMAs that will come up pretty shortly. We have Nana Boachi Adum, who is also joining us. Nana? Hello, Nana. Good morning.
So how are you on air?
Nana? Yes, Nana is on air, so please allow Nana to speak. He's on air. He's also a rep in Kumasi, and he's on ground where the fire is ongoing. Hello, Nana. All right, so we'll try and bring Nana back to have a conversation with Nana. But like I told you earlier, we have trends that will be coming
from
your
the
way.
KJTR market, and we are in front of the phase 2 of the market, and you can see fire all over this place, and traders who are here are stranded, going in for their goods, moving them out for fear that the fire might gut their unburnt goods. It started all the way from a building next to the Despite building, Hello FM. That's where it started from, and then it moved all the way to the next buildings, back to the other buildings here, and it is still spreading widely, rapidly. And there are fire tenders over here trying to dose the fire, but it feels like their work is not yielding results. So you can see that the traders who are already in here are trying to move out their goods for fear that it would also get into the other shops that have not been gutted by fire yet. It's sad scenes here as they are all rushing for their goods. Sad scene this morning. The fire started around 5:30 to 6 a.m. and up to now, hours after, they have not been able to douse the fire. We are being told that the fire service are making effort to make sure that they bring everything down, but they have not been able to do so as at now. And you can see police officers in here helping the fire service operatives. The fire service operatives themselves are also doing much well, or putting in much effort to make sure that the fire doesn't spread to other shops that are not burnt yet. But it's spreading rapidly all the way from the Hello FM building, to the other shops opposite the uncompleted phase 2 of the project, KJTR Markets project. It shows the wide range of the fire, and that it has really, really spread. It's still going in there, going all the way to shops that are down to Roman Hill, and up there you can see that the traders who occupy the streets are making out their goods, taking them out to make sure that they do not get affected by the fire. This place is very much crowded. If you know KJTR Markets very well, you realize that this place on the normal day is very crowded as traders ply their goods, they make sales over here, but on an early Friday morning they are unable to make sales because fire has been spreading rapidly and getting closer to where they make their sales. And so this is what you can see over here. I have a trader here, and he's trying to interact and have a say as to what happened, transpired over the day. And then they see, oh yeah,
fresher. Me name is me tonton fresher. Me fresh anka ne bae. Me fresh anka me flow 4:30. Me see form na mu se jani dam. Jano kwane no zo no achodu se ben na se ba bia nyama ne sino. Ja tom de gu. Ye ne nyina fresher.
Oniema na auto ni nyina hye. E den na wo hwa e de eja we bae.
Timi nkire se me firi me kwa awa. Me fira twede ton na me de ba bedu a. Me kwa awa. Timi see form na mu se jani jamu enya sam keto tu. Ye ne nyina ablabo ni nyina ade asi. E se de adu no ma mo ya dia.
Oniema no hwa be the total worth will be like how much?
Say after na master to almost 80 something million, ko be 100 million po. Me na money 70 million. afena master to bra afena master kakra ni ma yetes fan say fan so dey aka be yi 100 million ase
okay that's a pa ye ma yako na eden na wo hwa e betimi aboa mo se se de be ye jana beba form
they say they do dey here fire service for o ma ba ha nso ehu de eko o ma ba ha sa nso ehu de eko me kwa me yale o me di bia na aba no ye ni se sa na besi
so you can see that right now they are paving way for the fire tender to move in to bring the fire down. That's the fire tender machine, and there are a number of them up there in front of the Hello FM building where the fire started. A number of them, about 4 machines are in front of the Hello FM building trying to quench the fire from that end, and a number of them are also coming to this side to quench the fire from this end. And you can see the trader. And these are very stranded traders at the KJTR market, saying that they need more fire tender machines to come in to quench the fire. You can see it spreading rapidly.
Central Market. I just thought to say that to Kumasi Central Market. I was at the whole Kumasi Fire Service Kanyina. At Muba. And you man Tamuna and you fear back. Work of a car back on a cabin. I was a carton. Now say to Muba. What's it?
Okay. And you see that this is the Kumasi Central Market, KJTR Central Market, and blue light is in there. The other buildings are where they make shoes and sell shoes. The makers are all in there, and you can see the next building to Hello FM is also for other goods. And the traders who occupy all those shops are counting their losses. They are devastated and they are stranded because they've lost almost everything. It will be very difficult from the scenes here to get to see or to make out with anything whatsoever. It's very serious. This gentleman here, you work at the blue light.
Yeah, I work at the blue light. What I want to tell the fire service people is that we suffer to get money from blue light. Look at the loans. Some people, they have collected so many loans. Please, why is it that the fire service, you cannot just off the fire for us? Why?
It's difficult, they say, because it's spreading rapidly.
Oh, the fire is very massive. It started around 6 o'clock in the morning. They came here around 8 o'clock. Why should it happen like that? Why?
Okay, so that's a bitter trader. He's sad because, according to him, the fire tenders did not come here early to quench the fire when they called upon them around 6 a.m. when the fire had started. He works at the blue light, and blue light is just on my left. And on my left where blue light is, you can see that everything is gone. The fire tender machines are finding it difficult even to make it inside the blue light to quench the fire. Meanwhile, the frontage of Hello FM is also crowded as other traders are also moving out their goods for fear that the fire will spread into their shops. You can see that the traders are helping the fire tenders themselves, and the fire, just as we were saying, got to this end. That is what you see in your shots. It just got down here from up there, and it's now down here. The traders are helping the fire tenders to quench the fire from up to down, and it is very much important for all of them to come together to help quench the fire, because the rate at which it is actually spreading looks very serious and seems very, very dangerous. If care is not taken, the entire building would suffer from the spread of the fire. That is why they have to join the fire tenders, the fire service operatives, in quenching the fire from all angles. Just as I indicated earlier, the building next to Hello FM is where the fire started from around 6 a.m. The fire tenders, according to the traders, did not respond to their calls earlier. That is what the traders say led to the spread of the fire. The tenders also came in and they were unable to reach the top floor of the building where the fire started. There's a transformer here, and it would be very, very catastrophic if the fire gets to the transformer, because if it happens like that, everybody here might get electrocuted. So the traders and the fire tenders would have to come together to quench the fire from down here so that it doesn't get to the transformer. And from what you can see, it's just close, just very, very much close to the transformer. And my fear and the fear of other traders is that if it gets to the transformer itself, we might not see good scenes here at the Kumasi Central Market, where the fire outbreak is spreading rapidly. It's going all the way to the building downwards the Roman Hill. And we're told that there's blackouts, there's lights out, okay, to prevent any form of electric shock or any form of electrocution. But you can see traders still counting their losses. We would want to go in there to see the traders and also get to hear from them. Sad scenes, very sad scenes here. But you can see fire all over, from Blue Light to Hello FM, descending or spreading rapidly to the shops that are downwards Roman Hill. The fire, we're being told, started around 6 a.m. The residents or the traders tried their best to reach in the fire service as at 6 a.m. when the fire started, but they were unable to reach them. And you can see fire here, you just have to step on it. It's just sad to see that all the goods here, these are goods belonging to traders. You can see that they are unused goods. These are items that they have to sell. But now, from the look of things, they can't make sales with what we are seeing here. So they just have to be packing them to wherever they have to send them to. And just as we said, now the fire just came all the way to, it just gutted a building that was so innocent. That's what you see there. It's spreading. It continues to spread, and this time around, you can hear sounds of desperation from traders, and it looks like the entire KJTR market is burning. It looks like the entire KJTR market is burning because from where I am standing, I can even feel the fire myself. That part you see up there was not even part of the places that got burnt, but because the fire is spreading, it has gotten to this part of the KJTR market. We would have to go back a little because it's very, very hot here, and the fire is felt within, even from afar. The traders continue to count their losses, some of them doing so well to move out their items, and it continues to spread. The shops are burning. Hundreds of shops are burning. Hundreds of shops are burning. A fire that started from a top building at 6 a.m. And as at now, 8:02 a.m., the fire is still burning. 2 hours now, fire tenders are unable to quench the fire that started from the top floor of a building. And that's what you see there. Fire all over the KJTR market, the central market within, and even from the blue lights where we indicated earlier, we can see that the fire tenders are unable to quench the fire. The tender that moved in to quench the fire from blue light has no water now. They've told us that they have to get water to fill that tank to make sure that they are able to quench the fire from blue light. Smoke all over the place. Earlier on when I was entering the KJTR market, I saw people who were suffering from the smoke and traders who had called in for the ambulance service to come and join in helping the fire attendants because traders, some of them had fainted and they had to pick them up. A very serious situation this morning, this Friday morning in Kumasi, the Ashanti regional capital. The Kumasi Central Market is on fire. all parts of the Kumasi Central Market. All parts of Kumasi Central Market. So this place you see is part of the Kumasi Central Market. Hundreds of shops in there. Hundreds of shops are in there. Shops for various goods, various items, all burnt down. And the place is filled with smoke. So much smoke that it will be very difficult for us to even get closer. So they have water now. A new machine got in, so they are now quenching the fire closer to the transformer. So that's what you see them doing right now. The fire tenders are doing well. But even with that, the fire continues to spread to my left. And all the shops you can see on this building are being affected by the catastrophic fire that started at 6 a.m. this Friday morning. 2 hours after the fire started, the fire tenders are unable to quench the fire. It's sad scenes this morning in Kumasi. And this is very, very much sad because it started from the LOFM building, the top floor of a building next to LOFM. So the traders were expecting the fire tenders to be able to resolve that or quench that fire from the end. But because it was on the top building, the fire tenders were unable to get their machine up there to quench the fire. That delayed the process, leading the fire to spread widely to this ridge. Where you see now, it's even far, very, very far from where the fire started. But that tells you the severity of the fire that even began on the top floor of the building next to Hello FM. You see the fire tenders, I can say that they are lost. They are lost because the traders are pushing them here. They are also trying to do here. Everybody is trying to save his or her shop. That's what you see them doing. The fire tenders in their elements over there, doing so well to quench the fire. But this doesn't look like anything that is going to end soon because the gravity of it can be felt on ground. Looking at how it is spreading widely. So the camera will just pan up a little bit to see what is happening up there. The top floor of the K Mensa Enterprise building has now been affected by the fire. Everybody here who is a trader is frustrated, feels desperate at this moment because on a Friday morning, 6 a.m., getting to know that your shop is on fire doesn't look like any good news at all. The saddest news you can hear on a very Holy Friday morning, I must say. You can see that efforts are being made by the fire service operatives to make sure that they're able to resolve the fire from all angles. But clearly, what you see here is not what is actually, it's not the only part of the building or the only part of the market that's actually on fire. Where we are currently feels like the third block on fire. So the first block would be the one from Hello FM next to Hello FM building. The second one is that building that follows. The third is where we are currently, and it continues to spread and continues to spread. More dangerous is the inner perimeter or inside the market itself. So the more dangerous part is inside the market itself, where the fire service or the fire tender machines were unable to enter. So they could not enter that end or the inner perimeter itself, where there are hundreds of shops. because the building is built or is in a square shape. So inside of it is where the machine was unable to enter. And that led to the wide spread of the fire this morning. We would have to go back because the smoke is very serious. We'd have to go back a little bit. Even much more, you can see somebody just so hurt. And then kafra. Onyema wa hanum say. Oh wow. Very, very serious. Just as I indicated earlier, the traders had called in for the ambulance service to also come and help them because a lot of them are also falling off. They are fainting, and this one here is really hurt from his leg because he was trying to help a trader or some of the traders take out their goods from their shops. Now the fire just fell into the streets. Now the fire is on the streets of the KJTR market, from the shops to the streets, and it looks like all of us would have to run away to save our lives. Fire all over Kumasi, fire all over the Kumasi Central Market, all over. And I must clarify that the new KJTR Market building has not been affected. This is the Central Market. Opposite the phase 2 are hundreds of shops that have been affected by the fire. All the way from Hello FM buildings, the buildings next to Hello FM, to this part tells you that it is much more serious. It is much more serious than anybody could have expected. And smoke is all over the place. Smoke is all over the place. This is serious. Fire tender machines coming in. A number of them continue to come, but the fire, stubborn as it is, continues to spread. We're live on Joy, the Joy News channel, and you can see that even the contractors, this is the second phase of the KJTR Market project that is stored. This is the second phase of it. That's what you see on your screens. And the contractors over there have also been supplying the fire tenders with water. Fear is that the shops around Roman Hill might get affected as well, because from the buildings to the street itself where traders had gathered their goods, all efforts haven't yielded results. Let's go back a little bit. And it's even cloudy this morning. Every shop you see here around the KJTR Market is affected by the fire one way or the other. Directly or indirectly, they have been affected. Traders still making out with their goods. They are trying to save the items from being affected by the fire. Jam sellers, tomato sellers, Gary sellers, salt sellers are all affected. Shoemakers, dressmakers, tailors, all of them have been affected by the fire. Serious scenes here this morning at the Kumasi Central Market. We would have to move out from here. So where I am now is where the shoe sellers or the shoemakers normally ply their goods. And you can see that place or that portion very much affected by the fire. They cannot make out with any item this morning because everything is gone totally. The traders who are here have their shops here. See, they have to be taking their goods by themselves, their items by themselves. The little you can save you a lot. That is what they have to do. you hear them say, Kakrabia metumi afabia nebeboame. That is to say that the little they will be able to save can help them. And then I walk on.
Me just move to 5:30 I say. And I say. You have not the person going to intimacy. I say. You get the person. I say. Mama buy. Oh my God, I say. Kai food. And so I cook him. I've got the machine to me operate. Machine to me operate. Now look at what's going on. I just now fine.
Yeah, but that's who shop what Hanum say.
Yeah, what's up? I mean, shop. Me boy shop. I say.
Yeah, my Yaku be fine. Be fine. That is a very stranded trader who says that his brother has a shop here, and as at now, everything is gone, and all the shops here you can see have been affected by the fire. All of them. Everything is gone. From where I am standing, you can see that everything is completely gone. Everything is gone. The shops, their items, everything is gone. The fire that started around 6 a.m., stubborn as it is, spread widely to this portion that was not affected earlier. And now the traders are counting their losses. The smoke makes it very difficult to even get to speak to any of the traders. And even looking at the fact that they are very much stranded, they don't want to speak to us. But you can see a number of the traders who are here in to support their colleagues, those who have not been affected. All of them are here. Those who are coming to buy goods and those who are selling the goods themselves are in here. That is the Otumfor runabout. And you can see thousands of people gathered here, all of them in to see the gravity of the situation that we are talking about. Live on the Joy News channel, you can see police officers directing the traders to stay careful, and thousands of people who have gathered here. You can see a trader who is in tears. She is in tears because her shop has been affected by the fire. Very sad scene this Friday morning. Fire that started from a building next to Hello FM. The top floor was unable to get quenched by the fire tenders. Spread rapidly all the way to Blue Light, and it continues to spread to buildings or shops that are down to the Roman Hill. The Otumfor runabout is very much crowded. Traders are here, buyers are here, suppliers are all here. Relatives are in to support, friends are in to support. And this is because one way or the other, their colleagues have been affected by the devastated fire that started around 6 a.m. at the Kumasi Central Market. Police officers are trying to control the crowd. One, to stop thefts, and two, to make sure that they do not get closer to the places that have been affected by the fire. Nico! So where we are, we have to be very careful because they are throwing items from top, and if we are not careful, it might fall on us. I'd have to find my way out. And you can see they are dropping items, phone batteries, phones themselves, to make sure that they do not get affected by the fire. Sad scenes at Kejetia Central Market. Very sad this morning. You can see the traders up there on the top floor, they just have to be dropping the items in their shops that have not been affected yet by the fire. Phone cases, phone batteries, phones themselves, phone chargers, all over. So, a very crowded KJTR market today. And it's not crowded because people are in to buy goods, but because fire has made its way into hundreds of shops this morning. The cause of the fire is not known yet. A thorough investigation will be done about that. The security operatives are clearing this place, so we have to move out. I have to continue. We have to show you what is still happening here this morning. So all that you see from here at the KJTR market, very sad scene. The traders are going out with their items. Items running into millions of cities have been affected by the fire. The fire tenders still doing their very best to make sure that the shops that have not been affected do not get affected. Okay. These are traders, concerned traders, or worried traders, I must say, who are blaming the situation to the intermittent power cuts. That we cannot say as a matter of fact, because a thorough investigation would have to be conducted to make a determination or to ascertain whether or not it was the intermittent power cut that led to the fire outbreak, or there's something actually that might have contributed to the fire. We have not seen, authorities here yet. We haven't seen the authorities here yet, but we are doing so well to make sure that when they get here, we'll be the first to speak to them. We have been told that the fire tender machines are coming in their numbers. From where we are, we have to be very careful. So, very unfortunate this morning. But this is what we are experiencing in Kumasi, the Ashanti regional capital. Fire, fire, fire. That is how it started. And suddenly, it has spread throughout to many shops in Adum. The fire tender machine just got in, another one just got in. This has to go into the other end where the fire just moved to. Clearly, an unfortunate scene in Kumasi. So this is where it started from. The building in front of me, the Hello FM building. Next to it is another huge building. On top of it is where the fire started from. And up there, the fire tenders were unable to solve or quench the fire. So it spread from that end back there and moved all the way to the other end. Unfortunate scene today. The fire tunnel machines are still coming in. They are still coming in their numbers. Now they have to go to the end where the fire is burning widely. We've seen the military in here, and national security operatives have also joined the Ghana Police Service and the Ghana Fire Service. They have to go back there to where the fire is right now to check it from themselves and also to aid the traders if that is possible. And the fire tender machines are still in. They are still coming in. They are still coming in. This is the Kumasi Central Market in the Ashanti region, and the PZ area also affected. The cause of the fire is not known yet. Efforts are being made by the Ghana Fire Service to quench the fire.
That's the truth. Helicopter in Ghana pa. Fire service 18 doom jada because you know helicopter you man I say can never doom jano. Without fire helicopter, Ghana Fire Service to pay for the home be found. I cried the same thing. A fire service, oh helicopter, or the door. Who had them for a mutu quack or head. A movie, a American movie crap now. Fire service, the helicopter, and then you do that. So that's a fire service to do that in Swassa. I don't see. Great man for a man for the Abronsan, 3. First of all, my Juma, my best. I'm going to risk my life a lot, but Father, fire service, helicopter one, I'm going to be Jumano. My Juma Hapa, I'm soldier for police for security for Nano, or my Juma Parapa. I say, I saw bomb Abaswa, and easy, or be heavy. That's all the captain come on, I'm going to be Jumano.
All right, so what he's saying is that looking at the fact that the fire has spread all the way into the inner perimeter of the central market, they need a helicopter to quench the fire in there because the fire tender machines cannot go there. And that's the reason why the fire is spreading rapidly and moving all the way to the far end of the central market. For him, our leaders have failed because they are unable to provide these form of machines that can go upwards to quench fire. But even with what the fire service have been able to do right now, he applauds them because they've been putting in very much efforts to do or to quench the fire. They've done their best. That's what he had indicated earlier. But their best is not enough to solve the situation. And over there.
And this is quite unfortunate. I mean, imagine, or let's put our feet into the shoes of traders who sell here. You leave yesterday night, you come back and realize that everything of yours, all your profits, everything is just bent. It's tragic, it really is. And you can see that they are complaining about it because at first it started from Adum market all the way to Ketia, and now it is almost affecting the second phase of the Ketia market, which is it's really sad. It really is. Well, you heard our colleague Nanaya Adum. He is there and he's making sure that he reports what's happening on ground. You can see that he says that at this point we need, an helicopter at the top there to be able to turn off the fire on top of the building, but we don't don't have that. So it means that all the buildings will end up getting, burnt if care is not taken or they are not able to manage it, which is, it really is a terrible sin. But hey, we are still here. We know that you are watching at home. Send your messages because our WhatsApp line is active. It is very active. 055-157-5757. I repeat, 055-157-5757. But in the interim, we are going back. You can see that he's talking to traders. So we're going back to my colleague in Kumasi. But please keep your messages coming. We will be reading them right now. What do you think is the cause of this fire? Because up to now, we've not heard what really started this fires here. And we're really wishing everybody there all the best. So far, we've not really heard of that. We've heard that people have fainted. And it really is tragic. It really is tragic. So please send your WhatsApp, your messages to our WhatsApp number. It's very active. We'll be reading them shortly. But we go back to Adum, our colleague who is reporting live in Kumasi.
That has affected their shops. They are blaming politicians for not being able to provide enough equipment to the Ghana Fire Service to be able to solve such a situation. They say that looking at the fact that the fire that started around 6 a.m. has been able to spread widely and rapidly to other portions of the central market shows that the fire service is not well equipped and do not have enough capacity to control such catastrophic fire. And that is why they are blaming our leaders for not being able to provide us with the kind of services that we require as citizens when we go into such situation. And it is not as if what you see here is the end of it all. This is the first part of where the fire actually started from and still not controlled. The second part is the inner perimeter or inside the shop or the KTM market itself that got seriously affected by the fire. In there are hundreds of shops also. And the other part is on my far right, the shops or the block opposite the phase 2 of the KGTR Central Market project. That also got affected by the fire. And then the far end of it are shops opposite the Roman Hill that also got affected by the fire. The situation is severe and very much serious. So the shop you see up there is where the fire started from. This shop in your shot is next to the Hello FM building. It moved from the top floor to the middle block, all the way down there to the shops downwards and spread to the next shop. That is another block to the top floor, the second floor and the last floor of that block as well. And it moved backwards. That is inside the market itself. And it also got affected. That is where the widespread actually started from. It moved all the way, swept through blue lights, swept through the places where the shoemakers and the shoe sellers ply their goods. And in there, moved to the block opposite the Kumasi Central Market project, or the Kumasi KJTR Market, the phase 2 stored project. It affected that block and then moved to the far end of it to affect shops opposite the Roman Hill. Downwards, I must say appropriately. The f1re roundabout and the streets are all crowded. Traders who ordinarily ply their goods on the streets cannot make sale today. Even those who have their shops cannot make their sales. And at the back of it, the streets of the phase 2 of the KJTR Markets project, the street itself is affected by the fire because traders had packed their goods when they tried to salvage them. They had packed them on the streets, and the widespread fire fell on one of it and it took over the streets as well. Very bad internet here. Lights out. Stranded traders, stranded buyers, and stranded suppliers who are all in here witnessing a very dire situation on a Friday morning.
It really is a dire situation indeed. As I said, traders have lost their goods. You can hear him say that they are stranded. As of now, the lights are out, network is terrible. This really is a sad and tragic situation happening in Kumasi KGT market, to be precise. And we are hoping that you're able to salvage this very soon. But as I said, you can send your messages. Our WhatsApp line is active 055-157-5757. We have a few of the comments. People are sending in their messages. This one says that God save us all. Indeed, God save us. This one says that I absolutely wouldn't be surprised if it's an electrical fire or electrical fire market stores are always doing illegal connections. So he's saying that sometimes there are illegal connections in there, and that's what affects and causes such situations. This one says that we can't believe what the cause of the fire is. So sad this is happening. As I said, really, truly, it hasn't come out what actually caused the fire. We're waiting to hear that, but you can see that there's a store in the video. In his report, he said the store that started it is closer to Hello FM. This one says that I think the firefighters need better equipment to fight the fire situation in Ghana, and I would like to advise the shop owners to put up their electricity sockets before leaving their shops. Musical virus inside Bogoso, Fact FM, which is really true. Every day we say it. When you're, even if you're at home and you're not using your electrical gadgets, please turn them off. Turn them off, because you do not know what may happen. And when it comes to electricity, it's a very dicey situation, so please be careful. This one says that our gallant firefighters are ready and willing to work for Mother Ghana, but they lack modern day equipment and technology, a cause for concern. A hashtag resetting Ghana National Fire Service, solo in Sawom. All right. There are more comments. This one says that watching what is happening now at Adum and KGT markets is very unfortunate. My condolences to all the affected traders, and it's very sad. This is from Muhammad Ibrahim. He's sending his message from Yendi. I'm Isaka from Cape Coast. May the Almighty Allah help affected hawkers. Amen. Ami, we're hoping that things are brought to, or they're able to calm things down very soon. This one says, hello, please, good morning. I'm Simon. I'm texting from Tamale. I'm not a trader or resident at where the fire is currently burning, but I'm in tears, crying bitterly. Why? Abba, why should we always wait for things to get out of control before we try to bring solution? Ghana, I'm sad. May God help our dear mothers, fathers, brothers, and sisters who are affected by this outbreak. As I said, this is a very tragic situation. There's more. I am Ernestina from Swami. Oh God, we are not safe in Ghana, because when it's fire outbreaks, you go and call firefighters. By the time they will come, everything is gone already. Why? So also in his reports, you had a lot of the the traders say that firefighters didn't get there on time, and even when they got there on time, they didn't have enough equipment to turn off the fire, because you can see that it spread from one place. As I said, it started from Adum, and then it traveled all the way to KTR, and now it is at KTR Phase 2, the central market. This one says that this fire thing is becoming too much. Every time it's a market. Why? I'm Mark from Bolga Shop. Thank you so much for sending your message. This one says that going forward, I believe there should be fire service stations strategically located near markets to ensure a rapid response in case of fire outbreaks. Markets are often crowded with highly flammable materials, and delays in firefighting efforts can lead to devastating losses. Having fire stations nearby would allow firefighters to quickly salvage the situation before it gets out of hand, protecting lives, businesses, and property. And it's crucial for authorities to prioritize this to prevent recurring market fire disasters, which is actually true. This one says that, oh, may God help us, or what is going on in this world? Have mercy, O Lord. And this is Elizabeth from Accra. You can keep your messages coming, 055-157-5757. This one says that, oh, I'm very sad this morning. May the Lord be our help. And this is Mary from Kumasi. Hi, Joy News. This is Joy Prime. The lady presenter at the studio talks too much. We vex, oh, we want to hear what the people are saying. I mean, the market people in Kumasi, we love the reporter reporting live from Kumasi. Sure, we've read your message. All right, there's more. It is very painful, Pao. Oh, God, have mercy. Really, truly, it is. As I said, nobody understands how the traders there feel. It only takes someone who is a trader to understand how they feel right now. This one says, good morning. His Excellency should do something about this because it's getting out of hand and the light out is too much here in Kumasi. My condolences to all those who have lost their items. This is Emmanuel from Kumasi. All right. This one says, one person's mistake can harm millions of people. Oh my goodness. My God, console our mothers because this is so painful. I'm Vanessa from Kumasi. This one says that which kind of leads like this, they're not even thanking us, all right? Hi, good morning. I'm watching live from Atonsu. My name is Kwame. Thank you so much for sending your message. This one says, good morning. I go by the name Star G inside Enchi. This fire outbreak can cause by nowadays he says this fire outbreak nowadays can be caused by frequent lightning. Okay, sure, that's what he says. This one says that my heart goes out to y'all, Kumasi real hustlers. I'm so sad this morning. People's investments are gone. May the Lord heal all of you. And this is Ernest from Kumasi, from the Pankrono estate. As I said, we are still reporting. He's still on grounds. He's still bringing us what's happening in KTR right now, and we'll be going to him shortly. This one says, hello, good morning to you. There are at the state and your good work. May Allah see all of them through. It's really sad seeing what is happening at this critical time. This is from Mohammed from Kaswa. Do we have some more? Okay, so please keep your messages coming. We are still receiving. This one says that this is serious. God should intervene and help us. All our market women should have patience and be strong for us. It's very painful and uncontrollable. Good morning. This is Martha from Obuase. Good morning. My name is Godsway Dogbe from Wasa Ekropon. It's so unfortunate this morning. Looking at the scene at Adum this morning, it's possible that the whole country can get bent in a day. We don't actually have firefighting equipment. It's unfortunate. May God rescue these traders. So he's going into shops. You can see that some of the traders are trying to salvage the last or the goods that they have left. And as you heard him say, he's not sure that today anybody who works around that area will be working, also because they need to make sure that they are safe. You can see that in moments like this, a lot of things are going around. People are also trying to loot and all of that. So we have more comments. This one says, not again. At times, the problem comes from traders, but they go on putting the problem on the president. They should stop that. There's a problem here, and they are putting the problem on the president. But God knows the best. Do we have more? This one says that, oh, this is so sad. May God have mercy. I am Paul from Samale, right? This one says that, hi, soldiers are often looking for missing people, enemy combatants, or important supplies. Soldiers are often, okay, this is not this one. This one says, I'm Richmond K from, all right, sure. Thank you for sending in your message. This isn't easy because up till now, the new Kejeta build is still burning. It isn't easy. We can hear sounds like buildings collapsing. This is Precious from Alaba. Some traders are crying, some passing out. I can't even take heart. So she is also speaking to us from Kumasi. I'm sure she's also on ground. Hi, good morning. I'm Vanessa from Sunyane. I feel sorry for them. May the Lord make everything successful. Amen. Do we have more? I'm Elizabeth from Aguna Swedro. My heart goes out to all the traders who have lost their items. I hope the authorities take immediate action to support those affected and prevent some incidents in the future. We're still taking more. If there will be any possibility, they should use helicopter. So you heard him that they said at this point, because it's at the top of the building, they may need an helicopter or a helicopter that can carry water to make sure that it is gone. But we do not have that. We do not have that now. So we're hoping that they're able to mobilize one that can do that to solve and to end the fires. This one says that if there will be any possibility, they should use a helicopter. We've already said said that. You heard Nana Adum in there tell us that they are trying to mobilize one, but right now we haven't heard any news, no casualty. We've not heard of any deaths. If anything, we've heard that traders are on ground trying to salvage their goods, trying to make sure that at least the little they have left, they are able to keep safe. Others have lost everything. Everything is gone. And it's really a tragic scene. But we're going back to KJTR, Kumasi, to see what is happening. It's not... All right, but we still have some comments, so let's take them. This one says that I believe it is a political game because Mahama is coming to Kumasi today, but God is our help. There's still more. This one says that this is what happens to a nation without leaders. May God protect us. This is Amos from Sechidumase. Do we have some more? This one says that Bridget from Kumasi, may God have mercy on our mothers and fathers. It really is sad. We've seen a lot of the mothers crying. We sympathize with them and we empathize with them as well. This one says, the High Joy Prime, this is serious and uncontrollable. May God have mercy on us. Really, truly, he should. This is very serious. And he sends a crying emoji. It really is serious. Father Almighty, save your children. Amen. And this one says, good morning. This is a Black Friday for the people of Kumasi, particularly traders and businessmen and women. May Allah comfort those who are affected, and then government must intervene immediately. And this is Abdul Majid Kambugu. This one says that, good morning, dear. I guess you're doing well. I pray your voice quenches this fire ASAP. Amen. Amen. We hope so. This one says that, hi, my name is Blessing from Kumasi, Bremang. Oh, God. Oh, Ghana. Oh, Ghana. Oh, Ghana. Sadness. This is a sad moment. Thank you for your good works, Joy Prime. Obviously, we've told you that we'll bring you anything that is happening in the world, and that is what we're doing. This one said that this is very sad, though. May God Almighty help us all. And this is Ben from Amasaman. This one says that I've been crying since the incident happened. May God protect this nation called Ghana. It's very sad to watch fire destroying goods. This is Josephine from Abrepon. Sure. Brenikrum, Abrepon. All right. Do we have some? This says, please, good morning. I'm sad this morning. This is Simcam from Tadi, Agona. Sure. So keep your messages coming. We still have our WhatsApp open in 0551575757. This one says, good morning. It is unfortunate to hear such a disaster. I don't see the reason why we should put our blame on the president. We know that Ashantis are anti-NDC, but God will see us through in this country. May God see the affected people. This one says, hi, I'm Ivy. I don't understand why this fire outbreak is most centered in KTR markets almost every year. May God have mercy on us. All right. We still have more. We'll be taking that shortly. This one says, hi, I am Konu from Saboba. It is very sad. May God help the affected traders. Amen. This one says, good morning. I'm Joycelyn from Kumasi. All I can say is, may God have mercy upon us. So yes, we are hoping that this is able to be kept very soon because, as I said, money's going to all of this. If you're a trader or if you have, you buy stuff, you know that things are getting expensive. And for a trader to put in millions and millions and millions of money into this and to lose it all in a day, it really is devastating. Hi, good morning. I'm Collins from Kumasi, Macro. This is very dangerous. May God protect this problem. Sure. This one says, good morning. In fact, this is very bad, and we all pray to Almighty Allah to have mercy on the affected traders. I also think it is good Ghana should get fight helicopter that would have been able to solve the situation early. Niem Suleimana from Lanja Bimbila. Sure. We have more. This one says, Elijah Uwini. God have mercy on us. I semantics to the shops. So he's sympathizing with the shop owners. This one says, good morning. I'm Prince from Wasa in WR, Western region. May the good God help Ghana and its people. My condolences to those that have lost their goods. Our condolences go to them. Oh, Charlie, waiting they go on for our country. So we don't get helicopter. Ghana. As I said, they're trying to mobilize one now, but hopefully we get it. Hi, Joy Prime. I really can't understand one thing. Until when we are going to get over until when are we going to get over these fires? Fire all over various markets in our country, Ghana. It's so unfortunate that at 6 68 years, we can't fight a single fire in the country. The country must set up equipment purchase plan for the firefighting in the country as we continue to plan construction. The small, this one says, hi, beautiful, please talk less so that we listen. So he's trying to find the spots and then he'll report more to us, right? So for now, this one says that pity, such can be caused by illegal connection and fake wires. Do ECG inspect these houses before? So you can still send in your messages. We'll be reading that shortly. As I said, this is really, it really is a sad time. We are really in sad times. If you're in Kumasi and you're a trader, we send our condolences. Those who are trying to salvage, please be careful. Don't get close to the fires. I know it is painful. It is a painful scene, but do not get close to the fires. Let the firefighters do their job. Stand aside so that we can help you guys. Okay, this one says, good morning, Lois. How are you doing? I am well. This one says, I am so sad this morning. We all are. This really is not a nice thing to see in the morning. There's more. Do we have some more? This one says, please, good morning. I'm Patricia from Akrokeri. May God have mercy on our parents. This is too bad for them. It really is. It really is. So you can keep your messages coming. Shortly, we will move back to Kumasi. But Rosalind and Nathaniel are in here. Rosalind, it really is sad, isn't it?
I mean, I'm surprised that, you know, in this 21st century, we are still where we are. You know, I had a conversation with the fire service earlier when it started, and they did mention that it was very difficult to reach where the fire had started. And that tells you that we build our structures without plan.
No.
And that's what it is. That's why the fire is, they're struggling to quench the fire. He said they could finish quenching it by close of today, but it doesn't look like it, because from what is happening, they don't even have access to where the fire is breaking. And so it looks like it might go on and on and on, and we are hoping, fingers crossed. I don't know what to say at this point. Nathaniel?
Yes, it's a very, very difficult and disheartening situation, and it's very clear the kinds of messages that are coming in. People are distraught, and just like Shola said, our hearts go out to all of the people who are directly affected. Remember that there are people who are within this economy who function on a day-to-day basis and live based on what they make from daily sales. And so this then comes to break that chain, and that becomes a very big problem, especially when you have people who have a very big dependency scale. Coming to the issue of our planning, I was just telling you something off air, that we have these fires, unfortunate as they are, present to us different lessons and different wake-up calls. We are just about 3 to 4 months into the unfortunate Kantamanto market fire. And we saw the way the public-spirited people responded, politicians responded, celebrities responded, money was raised, and then structures were built again. Now, the question you're asking yourself is, what lesson was learned from Kantamanto? In the sense that if today, unfortunately, touch wood, it should happen again.
We're going to say the same thing.
How quickly can fire tenders get to the center of the spot? That's to say, if the fire begins from a place like that, or it begins right there in Kantamanto, you know, how quickly can these, fire tenders get in? And was any factoring done when the people were rebuilding the stalls, or they just decided to rebuild? Another question we need to ask ourselves is the kinds of materials we use to build in these areas. Remember, first of all, from what we see, and I'm saying this purely on the evidence of what we see on the television, how much of the general plan of the NDPC or the town and country planning plan have we followed in putting up these buildings? That's number one. Number two, if there is no compliance, then what is the plan, or what is the emergency response plan from the National Fire Service? Already, the National Fire Service itself has a whole subject to be discussed. We're talking about tooling them and retooling them and making them function, effectively in such situations. You saw the gentleman who was talking about movies. Hilarious as it may sound, satirical, as it may sound, it's the reality that we are not resourced. The National Fire Service is ill-resourced because what we see here, I mean, from the studio here, what we see here is a very big fire.
It's a very big fire.
And the update we got in the morning is that there are 3 fire tenders trying to get here and trying to solve this problem. Question you ask yourself is this a kind of fire that can be quenched by 3 fire tenders?
Exactly.
And you've also asked a very important question about the source, because in firefighting, one of the basic techniques is to tackle the source of the fire. So if you see what's happening on the studio now, they're trying to push the water guns and the water hose to hit the top of the roof, which is a source of the fire, which is spreading all the way through the roof. So question now is, when you go down, further down where there's a bigger spread of the fire, how well can these firefighters get to the bottom of the fire? Now, another thing is we're looking at combustible materials. Now, we're talking about the kinds of buildings that have been built there. Some of them may have wood. Some of them may contain materials that are combustible. So, for instance, if there are a couple of shops there that sell sneakers,
and
shoes,
all of that, earlier one man said that he sells air fresheners and sprays. You know how that can actually, engulf the fire.
Yeah.
It's going to make it worse.
And at the time when you were talking, I observed in the middle of that very big, those big clouds of thick black smoke, I saw some flares, go up in the middle. So clearly, there are some other materials that are contributing to this fire spreading. We've been told that the fire officers have said that by estimation, they should be able to deal with this situation properly by
close of day.
By close of day. It's close to 9 a.m.?
Yeah. And it started at 6 a.m.
It started at 6 a.m. We're 3 hours into this fire.
No, they started fighting this fire.
At 6 a.m.?
Yeah.
Very well. So then 3 hours into this fire, what is the situation? How well is it going? How much control do the official and the personnel have? So these are very disturbing images. These are very disturbing images. And these, from my end, should give us that wake-up call one more time to start looking at our lot as a people when it comes to emergency response and how our disaster management strategy is working or otherwise.
Right, talking about that, I think we have some messages also.
We have so many more messages. This one says, good morning. My name is Achu Akwesi Prosper from Kumasi. May God bless all hustlers outside there who get involved in such an incident. We have more. This one says that, do we have some more? Yes, we do. So they'll be loading shortly, but Rosen, this really is terrible.
Another thing, Shola, so I was just looking at the hose and how the water was splashing. And my other question now is, I'm not very familiar with the Kumasi area or the Adum market area. But one of the things that are done in terms of placing infrastructure or water infrastructure around is that we should have hydrants. So because of the level of the fire and the intensity of it, there will be a requirement of having to go and refill these fire tenders. And that's also another thing to consider in trying to deal with this situation.
I think the refill has been an issue this morning because I think 2 of the trucks, they've had to do a refill of them. And, anytime they go to refill and come back, by the time you come back, the fire is just, spreading its wing because of, the nature of the items that the people sell in there. And let's not forget, some of them even cook in there. And so some people have gas cylinders and all of that inside the shops.
And many of those sending us messages emphasize on the fact that they are doing illegal connection as well. So some of the wires that are not supposed to be in certain places are in certain places. So obviously such a thing, when there's fire, obviously it would affect all these areas. This one says that Prophet Junior Jesus said it on the 3rd of January at Mounting, and this has happened, and he said that it will happen in a month that Ghana has independence, sure. So he said that Prophet Jesus said this on, Junior Jesus said this on the 3rd of January that this was going to happen. This one says, hi, I'm Rose from Kumasi. This is so heartbreaking for a developing country like Ghana. It looks like we're living in the 80s, and this is really sad. This one says, us good morning by Mr. Benson. Please, why is it that only on marketplaces that this incidents happen? And anytime it happens, we try to communicate with the fire service and they decide the time they want to come. And I heard one man was saying that fire started around 6 a.m. and when they called them, they arrived at 8 a.m., which is really bad.
No, which is not true.
That's not true. We need to be clarifying.
Yes, it's not true because
our reporters on the ground.
Exactly.
Have
and even when I spoke with them around 7-something, and as of that time, they were there. They were there, and they had been there for about 30 minutes fighting the fire. So it's not true, please. You know, when these things happen, there'll be a lot of hearsay. People say all sort of things. Please, the fire service have been on ground even before 7 a.m. So please, let's get our facts right.
And Rosalind, you've made a very important point here, and that's the reason why we're here. That's the reason why we're serving you. That's the reason why we are on ground in the thick of the action, bringing you, minute by minute happenings and, real-time accounts of what is happening. Now, very important point you raised there, Rosalind, about misinformation. And around times like these, you get a lot of misinformation running around. Why do I say this? Because I was monitoring our colleagues on Joy, and there was talk about how it possibly would have been caused. There were those who had even, concluded that this fire was caused by, the frequent, power outages. And the question we're asking ourselves is, has the fire service done any preliminary investigations? What did the investigations bring out regarding what could have caused the fire? So I think that we should hold our horses. I know that people are disappointed. I know that there are people who live in there and work in there, but we need to hold our horses. What we're doing here now is just to give you a realistic account of what we see happening there on a daily basis, based on our experiences and based on what our reporters who are on ground and some of who are based there know happens. So whatever we tell you here is very valid, and we base it purely also on what the technocrats are telling us, the people in the fire department are telling us regarding what has happened. So as we speak, there is no official communication about what the true cause of the fire is. So there's a lot of speculation, regarding what exactly has caused this fire, or what is spiking it up and making it worse. So we need to be very clear. Another thing that we haven't really touched on, Rosalind and Shola, is that this is a very, very busy commercial area, and there is going to be a lot of disruptions, especially if you have an office or a place of work around maybe a 1 kilometer radius of this particular place, which is the market area. And so it's going to create a lot of traffic, loads and loads of inconveniences. People may have to call off, people may have to call off their appointments. People may have to forget about doing certain things today because of this fire. So there's a lot of disruption. Immediately, we are not able to calculate what happens in that local economy. But what we're able to talk about is the fact that this is a commercial area which creates millions of Ghana cedis every single day because of the variety of, trade, or the variety of what goes on, variety of commercial activity that goes on in there. So these are images from our cameramen doing a very good job in trying to focus so that we have a clearer picture of what is going on there. And of course, you do see a lot of movement as well. It is purely because there's a lot of pandemonium. People are trying to find their way around. The people you see there are either bystanders or people who are affected by the fire one way or the other. Kojo Akoto-Boateng was given, an account on Joy this morning on the Super Morning Show about how his mother used to be a trader in this market and had loads and loads of friends, in there. And in a previous fire, he had to see his mother's friends' shops go down, lose everything that they had in these shops. And that is very sad.
It's sad, I must say it's sad. I think we have some messages.
Yes, we do. Sure. Okay. And that's why, Rosemary, I keep emphasizing that if you do not have to be there, don't be there, okay? I mean, we all want to spectate and see what's happening, but students are standing there. If you don't have to be there, please move, okay? So you you are safe, because it's spreading rapidly and we do not know how and where it would end, okay? So this one says that, hello dear, good morning. This is very sad. This Ghana we day. God bless and help, or say God please help our neighbors in Kumasi. And this is by a bouncer from Volta region. This one says that, I won't put all the blame to Ghana fire service workers, but they have to always prepare for such situations. And Michael from Kumewu. All right, there's more. This one says, hi, my name is Abdul Mugbin Azindu. I want to say that may the Almighty Allah cool their temper, because Allah does this to see their reactions towards him. If they react good, Allah will progress them. I want to say to them that they should be patient. Thank you. All right, thank you for your message.
The regional minister is
on ground.
Makohene is on ground,
right,
and making sure that everything is under control. He's there to commiserate with the people. What they are going through is not easy. I mean, losing your livelihood in the morning, like, you know, you wake up in one day and you've lost everything you've worked for. Very, very difficult time. So he's there to make sure that things get better, or things are under control. All right. So if you are watching right now, those are the footages that you're seeing. He's on ground to give the fire service more morale to be able to quench the fire. It looks like the fire is under control a bit now. It looks better than before, and we are hoping that they'll be able to quench it fully. All right, so shall I have more messages?
Yes, there's more. This one says, hello, good morning. I'm Rich Local from Abokobi. Please let Ghanaians know that when they don't find out what is causing the fire, we're going to still talk about fire outbreak in the near future. See how buildings are close to each other, right? There's more. This one says that, happy birthday to you. What's trending, presenter? Oh, thank you. I forgot to say it was my birthday, because I mean, we are not really in happy times, but thank you. This one says that, hi, this is Bernard from Kumasi. This is what will happen to a nation without good leaders. Ghana, a nation with everything without good leaders. Right, there's more. This one says, good morning, this is so sad. Please tell your pundits to stop defending the fire service personnel. This is Catalyst from Pando. We hear you. This one says that, I'm Sweetie from Teshi. Good morning, you look very beautiful indeed. Thank you. I'm very sad this morning, waking up seeing a people's shops burning. What is going on in Ghana? Do we have more? I know we have more. This one says that, I don't understand why every year there's fire burning in Kumasi markets. Even every president have experienced it, and there hasn't been any proper investigation to stop this accident. So I believe it is someone's interest of stealing money just to say they are doing renovations. May God punish our fake leaders, and may condolences, or my condolences to the victims. I'm Emmanuel from Goso, sorry. This says, good morning, please. I'm Dennis from Mamponting. It's very sad that there's no fire tender working in the center of Kumasi. Fire tenders on ground all came from KNUST. It just saw Mamponting to KJT to extinguish this fire, which is very bad. God help Ghana. We still have a few more messages. Good work to, it says good work go to Ghana. Fire service done. Oh, all right. So he's trying to say that fire service has done well. They have the materials, and then may God replace those who lost their things there with big. And then he's also saying a big story to them. Hi, good morning. My name is Kwame from Atunsu Raisho. We have more. This one says, please, when you send in the messages, I know we are all, some people are upset, but please let's be mindful of the language we use in our messages, okay? This one says that, please, good morning. I'm Paul from Obuase. May God help these victims and console them all in the name of Jesus. Or say, na Ghana dear, right. Do we have more? Yes, we do. This one says that, good morning, Joy Prime. I'm in serious tears this morning. Have we really looked at what is happening now? Look at what our brothers and sisters are going through. Yet soon we will see leaders in this, or we will see leaders in their big suits sitting in the chamber only to mislead Ghana. May God save us. This is Adams from Damango. All right, this one says, hello, I'm Ifia from Techimanbone East Region. My heartfelt condolence to the victims and families affected by the fire in Kumasi Adum Market. May they find strength and comforts during this difficult time. May the injured recover quickly, and may the departed rest in perfect peace. May God comfort them. Well, so far we haven't heard of any deaths. We've only heard that people are injured, but we've not heard of any deaths. So that's what's going on. This one says that, hello, I'm Winnie Williams from the University of Ghana. This morning, I woke up around 5:30 a.m. to see fire on TV. Although it didn't seem severe initially, the delayed response from the fire service allowed it to spread rapidly. In my opinion, we shouldn't blame the current president for this incident. President Mahama's legacy is still felt, and I believe there may be underlying factors contributing to this fire. Last year, we witnessed the Accra Kansamanto market fire, and now Adum is affected. I pray that God punishes those responsible for this destruction. Let's refrain from blaming the government and instead focus on identifying the root causes and preventing such incidents in the future. So we still have Nana Boakye Adum on ground. He's talking to a few of he's even speaking to the Ashanti Regional Minister. So let's go back and hear what's happening on ground. So we can come back. Our message and our WhatsApp line are still active, so you can still keep your messages coming and let us know how you feel about the incident going on. But let's go to Kumasi right now.
And so movement is a little bit difficult. That is why you see shaky shots. But they all tell you the story of how difficult it is to be in the Central Business District affected by the fire outbreak this morning. Dr. Frank Amoakohene, I hear him expressing frustration and worry about the widespread of the fire. And the National Security Operatives are telling him about the situation. That's the National Security Operative with Dr. Frank Amoakohene, and he's narrating the situation to Doct.
Inside those steps, and
so I'm at the back of the National Security Operative who is narrating everything to the RM.
Steps, and when you say, well, I had here safe, but Uncle and Kakra, I want to Sanko Pie, phase 2 Honona,
So he just told him about the situation opposite the phase 2 of the KGTR market.
Too much. Because I also know.
All the way to the phase 2, opposite of it, where the situation is equally worse.
Of course, you know, he's almost a beshi and no signage. Yes, that's what he said.
They have to go back because of how severe it is at the back end. It makes it difficult for him to go there because the fire is still on, very severe. The smoke so serious that he cannot get there. The first part of the building that got affected by the fire is a little bit resolved or solved, but the back end is where the situation seems worse. The traders are angry. They are counting their losses. And they are trying to salvage some of their goods. That's a trader there. Dr. Frank Amoakohene very well worried about the situation.
They did well, but now
so he's telling them to control the crowd. The Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amoakohene, live on Joy News, in here to look at the gravity of the situation at the KGTR market. Doc, in your short, skipped all of his assignment to be here to see what has happened today. It's been hours, but still the fire is still worse. It gets worse as time goes on, and the place is equally crowded. Dr. Dr. Frank Amoakohene would have to go up to the walkway to see for himself what has happened. We'll do very well to get you a clear shot of all that the regional minister and his team coming into the walkway. So we are on top, and you can see Dr. Frank Amoakohene coming with his team, police service, national security operatives. All of them are in here to look at the situation themselves.
So once you see an nti fire for no Adum ha say ni nyina nti kakra na beba no na no so asatra eko nti other side on so no say yeah.
So you see in your shorts.
I shall say what say within structures na passing through Remo. Passing to me omu Remo heating into omu because of the petrol need diesel no. Inti I shall say what I say. And because of within structures no airco. Because we're far away from a free Hello FM building up to I say na. Until so say na obisa say 5 tender no. Who said there's no any bia e wa ha say. Inti any ka say nka later we can create a space in case of any fire for net minya chance area. Say anya careful say structures wo we nature no so betumi asan akọ. Yeah. And a cylinder so mudi aduane no. Oh, Simo. And I also just said tender number ko betumi gina ha. Tender number. Fire for the BY. Minister.
So Dr. Frank Amoakohene is done with his inspection. Probably not done, but he has been informed. RM, you've been here. He's declined to speak, but let's just see if he would be able to say a word or two. He wants to know the situation before he would be able to brief us. That is why he's doing all of his consultation. Probably after that, would be able to speak to Dr. Frank Amoakohene. So the regional minister engaging with the security operatives. They are briefing him on the situation that might have led to the outbreak and even the widespread of it. He has said that they should pave way for the fire tenders to make it into the inner perimeter to quench the fire from there, because the place is crowded and they would not be able to get in there with their vehicle. It looks like a very tough time for him as a regional minister who took over not long ago. And it's a very serious situation here, Benjamin. Very difficult to witness, because from where we are and where we stand and from the briefing that we have, it doesn't look like the fire would go down anytime soon. With all the briefings that he has, there would be a lot to do for him as regional minister. That is Dr. Frank. taking a brief from the national security operatives. The fire at the KGTR market, serious one that has swept through several shops, hundreds of them, and huge blocks that contains numerous shops. The reason or what might have led to this outbreak is yet to be determined. There would be a need for an investigation into the matter before RM would be able to brief us.
President is coming, so he's rushing to the airport.
We are being told that he has to rush to the airport because the president will be in town soon. But if possible, we could get a word or two from him. But no, that is Dr. Frank Amwakohene. He's done with his inspection and he has to drive because we are being told that the president would be in very soon. Will be in the Ashanti region for the tree planted project at Nkarie. So he has to be at the airport to pick up the president. And when he is done with that, he drives with the president to Nkarie for the tree planting project. And then we are hoping that after that, His Excellency the President himself would come and see for himself and also probably hear from the President and his team on the measures that are going to be put in place to curb the situation and ensure that it doesn't occur again. This time around, the regional minister is in with all of his security operatives from the Regional Coordinating Council. The National Security Operative is here to brief us.
It started around 5 a.m. thereabout. We arrived here around 5:15. The issue is the fire service, in fact, they did their best. The main problem is how to get access to where the fire started. You see, had that been a way through, they would have finished their work within 30 minutes. But the people were even disrupting them. Some were looting. We have to go and then be arresting some of them. And the military too came in and then they even helped us a lot. So now, the fire is towards the Roman Hill area, towards the phase 2 of the building. Yeah, so they are still working on it seriously. And still, the fire is still raging. And there are water in the tenders, but still how to get to the main where the fire is our problem right now.
What's causing the access challenge?
The structures, these wooden structures that they built on the railway, that is the major problem that is even causing the fire. You can see when we went upstairs with the minister, still the fire was still raging and there's no access. You can see that there are waters in the tenders, but how to get to the main area is the problem. So we are still working on it. The military have come and they are bringing extra people to come and help us.
What's the way forward?
The way forward is we are bringing the ministers and this to clear all these things from here so that the fire service will get access to them. We are bringing excavators, bulldozers to come and clear the road so that the fire tenders will get access to
What is the anticipated time that you think can help you or you need to quench this fire?
Brother, I think it can take about extra 3-4 hours. It can take about extra 3-4 hours because the tenders are here. Some are from Ejusu Airport, Mampong, and so we have about 11 of them here. But the problem, as I said, is the access. So as you ask, it will take about almost 4-5 hours before you can quench it off.
That is to say that it will continue to spread widely.
It is still continuing. It is still. I think you yourselves, you've seen it. It is still continuing towards the Roman Hill edge. But the fire tenders cannot go near the fire. They cannot go near the fire. That is the major problem.
And the fact that you're unable to get into the inner perimeter shows that it is going to be very much severe. What are you going to do to make sure that your machines are able to get inside there so that you'll be able to quench the fire from the inner perimeter?
We are bringing in excavators from RCC. They are even coming. So if the excavators come, I think they can help about 60%. The excavator can help because they can enter into the fire and then clear the road for the fire service this tender to enter.
That is to say that you'd break the walls to enter.
We will. Even if it's a house on the street, we will break the house, and then the fire tenders should get the access to it.
Thank you very much. And that is the National Security Operative who came in with the Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amoakohene. Dr. Frank Amoakohene had indicated that looking at the gravity of the situation inside the blue light.
And this is what is happening in Adum currently. We are hoping that the Ghana Fire Service will be able to quench the fire before the close of day, like they said they will. But it's difficult, very, very difficult, looking at what's happening. They don't even have access to where the fire is raging. And so currently they are struggling, but hopefully they'll be able to quench it. We are back in the studio. You're still watching Prime Morning. My name is Roslyn Fairley. And you know the TGMAs is just around the corner. Of course, the nominees has been done. And what do you say, Adam? I like that. I'm not here alone. I'm here with Adum Totome and Robert Clark. Hi, guys. How are you? You had to wear your glasses before?
Before I look at what I wanted to look at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a young man that he's been talked about in the categories. He has 3 nominations, and he's here today. He's going to tell us more about it, but I think we should enjoy a performance from him. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for AEC.
Yeah, good morning. And first of all, my love and respect and sympathy goes out to Adum. It's quite outrageous what's going on this morning, but I hope this helps.
Yeah. Huh. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. Can I live, oh Lord? Huh. I said, oh, yeah. Send your tibia, I'ma live my life. I said, I can't stop for nothing, I can't lie. It's bigger than me, larger than life. It's necessary that I keep it burning. Hey, yo, I answered, yeah. Lil, hey, come kiss the ring. Misfit and the list begins. Can I live? Oh, can I live? Can I live? Can I live? One more time, I said, can I live? Can I live? Yeah. Verse 2, I am in my own lane, so natural say no size. I shouldn't need no applause for this and the attention I don't like, you see. I'm just a simple man who fits the plan. I'm just saying, I give a what if they love me or hate me. Still represent proudly and greatly to be a God in the midst of man. Yaminipa can I live? Yaminipa can I live? Oh. Yaminipa can I live? Can I live? Can I live? And to the bridge. And Shabia Sam Fasa so. Next no fear by your mind. Wouldn't it make me sa? Diani Pabeka and so da. Oh, Banya Hinsuminia you. Oh Lord, and Grandbadio. Unyaya Beshay and Umbonuskin Bay and so da. Yes, it jam. Yes, it jam, oh, Mr. Da, yes, it jam. Yeah, I do, Mr. Da, yes, it jam. Yeah, ow, yes, it jam, oh, yes, it jam. Mr. Come on. Huh. Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Missy, can I live? Send your tibia, I'ma live my life. Huh. Can I live? Can I live? Crazy this, crazy that, crazy in the sea, in the sun, and the other quad. Let me do my thing. Let me figure it out.
Make my own mistakes on my own terms, you know? Still sending love to Adum. Can I live? Send your tibia, I'ma live my life. Can I live? Send your tibia, I'ma live my life. Can I live? Can I live? Oh Lord. Can I live?
My goodness. Hey, see, just come and sit by us. That's amazing. Amazing. I was having goosebumps all over. Wow. I don't know, Robert. I don't know why I'm coming to you, but he has 3 nominations. And I was just telling you that, listen, he deserves the Male Vocalist of the Year, whether we like it or not. I'm hoping people vote, though.
At the end of the day, we have 2 blocks of voting, 2 voting blocks responsible for this. So we have the Academy, and then we also have the board. So hopefully, let's see how the votes will turn out. Unfortunately, I have to be very diplomatic here.
Yeah, you have to. You do. You do. Whether you like it or not, you can't say this is your favorite or this is not. But, you know, for Adum, he's neutral. So, Adum, what do you think?
I think he's a fantastic artist. And as he was on that seat, I was telling you that I would love to hear him and Blacko on a song. How it will be. The vibes in the studio alone is something else, because they have some tones which are natural, and whether they are in the studio or not, you can feel that, and that's exactly what got him nominated to those categories. And I know that, I mean, the Academy and the board knows what quality is, and they will do the right thing.
AC, 3 nominations, 13 years in the industry.
Trinity.
3. Trinity, I like that. 3. And you did tell us how elated you are to have those nominations. But did you see it coming?
No, because, I mean, when we are in the studio making the records, we don't, you know, start off by we are going to win another. You know, we just want to make a good record. But to be nominated, like, you never see it coming. You never see it coming. So I did not know.
But you did submit, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Someone submitted.
Oh, someone submitted for you? Really? In your camp? Or somebody not in your camp at all? But the person told you and seeked your consent?
No, I don't remember, but... I don't remember. But, you know...
So somebody who loves
it's the same,
you...
yeah. It's the same with anger management. You know, you have to have people that care about the other stuff. You know, because we as artists, we just show up in the studio and we want to create.
Right.
But when you have people around you that, you know, plug in stuff for you, you know, it's very helpful. So,
wow. That's great. But Robert, I don't know, have you slept? You look very tired. You look very stressed with everything on social media, people coming at you. I know your work, at this point, I don't envy you at all. You know, but you've done a very good job. Congratulations.
We thank God.
Yeah, you've done very well. And I know that you've spoken on numerous platforms about some people that didn't get nominated, others who got nominated, the reason why they got and why somebody didn't get nominated. And I was telling you earlier that even Dog Nation tweeted that they don't want to start talking when you mentioned that they didn't submit. So if they say they don't want to start talking, is that something that we don't know?
That will have to be they speaking to you, really. Yeah, that will have to be they speaking to you, really. So I can only speak about the things that I know and the things that I'm permitted to speak about, essentially. So if anything else outside of my jurisdiction, that would be they.
But is there no bad, like, is there any bad, nothing?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Yeah, so
everything is fine between Charterhouse and Dope Nation?
We don't have any problem, not that I know of. So,
okay,
yeah.
All right. But currently, what's the state of Makoma as they've appealed to the board?
Yeah, so if this conversation were to be before the petition to the board, I would have probably given you every information I could. But right now that the petition has officially been made to the board, I have to follow protocol by not giving any form of response that would feel like it's a response from the board. Oh, okay. You understand what I'm saying? So the board will have to officially give a response, and that's exactly what we are waiting for. I think after the conversation after the window of errors and omission, that particular feedback would be given, and then that would probably settle everything.
We are hoping to hear good feedback because it looks like the fan base is not too happy. But Adum, what do you think?
For me, I have two things going on in my mind that I know there will clearly be a reason Makoma was dropped. I mean, I really want to believe there is, and I would have wished the board would have been straight open to come up. Why? I mean, they dropped it. So, I mean, so that the masses will have. We've heard some explanation that maybe they don't want a situation where two songs will be in the same category, and at the end of the day, we'll split the votes and other things. But I now want to see whether, now that they've petitioned the board, whether that argument will be rested for now the song to appear in the category with other songs of King Paluta, or they will still stand by. For me, if it's a reason of maybe profanity,
the boss should have
come straight.
Okay.
But I don't know that maybe they also think that if maybe they come straight, people will raise issue of other songs, profane songs, being nominated.
Like which
one? People have raised issues with some songs.
Like which one? Example? Do you have an example?
I mean, they know. Those who are watching, they know there are some songs that people have raised issue that it contains a lot of profanity than even the Makoma. So they are perceiving that that's why the board didn't nominate. But if that's the situation, which the board has not come out, then why did they nominate other songs which also equally have profane songs in them? I mean, going forward, I think that if it's about profanity or something, the board should be straight.
Okay.
So that, because if that clarity is not made from the onset, it can be turned against the board that, why did you leave this out? How did you, so they should, and if it is being applied,
it should apply to all.
Everybody.
I think somewhere last year people were saying that Sarkodie, one of Sarkodie's songs that got nominated has some sort of profanity or swear word in there, but it got the nomination.
You see, so going forward, things should be clear, because in the past, some artists have suffered that. How to be, they suffered one of their songs.
Yeah.
People even blame Sarkodie.
They suffered as well.
You understand? Yeah. So, I mean, going forward, it must be made clear that because if that also happens, in a way, Chatter is also helping mold the space in terms of what people consume. So that artists will be mindful of the kind of lyrics they put on song when they go. Because, I mean, I remember there was an artist has a song. We went to a place, children were singing and they were saying bad words. And when the young guy the artist, was surprised. He turned away from the guy. You really seen regrets on the face, because he was surprised that a young boy like that could sing that profane line. So, I mean, for me, I don't think it will be an issue for me when they are trying to, sanitize the system.
Okay.
In a way.
They've been trying to sanitize the system for a while. They have. And Robert,
I just wanted him to finish.
Okay.
Because he said the board should have. It's almost as if you know something that we don't know. You understand what I'm saying? If the board has not spoken, then the board has not spoken. So when you say should have, then it sounds almost like that is there's something that they should have done that they haven't done. If Makoma is not in, and you are not really sure about the reason why Makoma is not in, then don't let it sound like there's something that the board should have done that they haven't done. If you understand what I'm saying. Yes, so you can speculate.
I speculated from two angles.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You can speculate, but when you speculate and say, if this is the case, then they should. So that it doesn't sound like it is something that they should.
And even I even made it clear that the board has not spoken. I said that record straight.
So
that's speculated from two angles.
There are other songs or other artists that submitted their songs.
No, I hear you, but all I'm saying is that, because you're speaking...
That's why I didn't indict the board that they've said this or not. I said they've not spoken, but on the street, they are saying these two things. So in order for us to have clarity, because, I mean, communication, timing is also, I mean, very essential when it comes to communication.
Let me bring AEC in. AEC, your song, it's more inspirational, especially the one that you got nominated for. When you go into the studio and you're doing your music, do you actually really think about the kind of lyrics to churn out so you don't have any vulgar words or any swear words that one day it could be used against you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we filter. And there are some songs that, I use me, that I've recorded that will never get airplay.
Really?
Yeah, we're just creating and having fun, and then some songs will come. I mean, that's how some of your favorite songs come out. We're just clowning around. Creativity, that's how it starts out like. But in terms of releasing the songs, we are very critical about, okay, this one is never going to get airplay. This one might...
But is it on the album?
No, we don't.
Oh, okay. So you just put it on your phone?
Yeah, we just vibe to it, outside the releasing, Sometimes we just speculate, this one is going to get airplay, this one is never going to get, this one is... But there are some songs that would never come out, just because of the phenomenon that he just described. We don't want to.
If not for that, would you have released those songs?
Still no.
Why?
Because, we also... Aside the creating, we also have a responsibility. We are shaping people's thinking and minds, so we have to bear that responsibility and also, exercise some discretion when we are releasing or even creating or writing. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Robert, this year, what were the things that you took into consideration when you were, selecting the nominees?
That's like it's an every year thing. I mean, selecting nominees is the same. You listen to the songs, ensure that at the end of the day, categorization is done properly. People file, they are not even sure exactly where their songs are supposed to go. So you would want to, the categorization team will be responsible for placing it at the rightful places. And then, obviously, depending on the category that it goes into, the rules of the category will be applied to it. So, for example, if it's going to Record of the Year category, the rules of Record of the Year is different from the rules for, let's say, Afropop Song of the Year. And it's also different from the rules covering maybe Artist of the Year. And so every category has got its own rules. So when a song is categorized, then they apply the rules of that particular category to ensure that, to find out whether it's eligible. And then when its eligibility is established, then we go into the competitive angle, because then you have to pick each product and weigh it versus the other. And then at the end of the day, you again apply its own rules. So for example, if it's a popular category, then you would apply the principles of popularity. So you're looking at the streams, the streets, and the airplay to be able to determine whether one is more popular than the other. And if it goes to a subjective, the technically subjective category, and I'm saying subjective because the technical category is not, for example, it's not like popularity that you can say once you have this particular number of streams or this and that. It has also the technical aspect. Then they'll weigh it based on the technical values of that particular project, and then they'll weigh the two and say which one do they think is more appropriate, and then that particular decision is made. So it is each category has got its own rules, and that is how they evaluate it. But it's usually based on the categorization. So once they place you in the category, then the elements are applied.
Right. Now, there's this school of thought, or I don't know if I should say, people say it's more of maybe, I don't know the right word to use. I'm trying to get the right word. It's like there are people that buy streams. They buy the numbers on streams. How are you able to tell that this is authentic and this is bought?
So there are quite a number of things that actually happens in the space. So on the streaming numbers, on the streaming platforms, for example, you'd realize that anybody who's streaming would know that the Apple Music, for example, is less susceptible to the farms than the other platforms.
Their farms.
You understand? Now, you still put all of these elements together and you find its corresponding popularity within the space. So, for example, what is the airplay like? And then you also now figure out what is the street saying. Because sometimes there are some songs that are not making hits on the airwaves, but they are very popular locally.
Okay.
And then you would also go and you find its corresponding angle. So usually, there were songs that we found and we didn't find too many streams, but the songs are heavy on airwaves and are heavy on the streets, up to the point you even have kids singing them. And there are songs that you find heavy streams, and you will not. You ask general people and they go like, oh, I haven't heard this song, I haven't heard of that song. So it's a combination of things that you find, and at the end of the day, they have to marry all the elements and be able to make a decision to say, okay, so these are the songs that have been nominated. But in all, I think the biggest and most important thing is for us to be able to consistently determine the top songs that are supposed to be in that category. I think that for the most, I don't think people are arguing about whether the first 2 or 3 songs they believe in the category should be there. Like usually you never argue about it because it's like you know, you would certainly know that eventually when you do all your permutations and all of that. So yeah, but there are some songs that have like luckily you can find them heavy in the streets, heavy on the airplay, and heavy. So that is like way easier.
They don't contest it at all.
Yeah, like you know, it's way easier. But the ones that you have some variations in terms of where the consumption is coming from, that's where you actually get some of these things. And usually somebody has to make the call. So after you evaluate from all the bases, you just use the basis to make a decision.
Right. Adam, when you go on the street, they say, in fact, no, let me look at the Artist of the Year category. In that category, which is your biggest surprise?
In the Artist of the Year category, I think, I mean, for the surprise, I don't know whether it's a surprise, but for Sarkodie not to make it to Artist of the Year, for this like something which has not happened in the last 10 years.
Okay.
I mean, for the last 10 years, he's always been in the Artist of the Year category. So I was surprised that this year he was not able to make the cut because most of the times he is either the most nominated or second most nominated among others. So it tells us, I mean, how things went for him last year because he's been very consistent there. And another one
He's been consistent, but did he deserve to be there this year?
That's why I'm saying that is a reflection of the kind of work he put in last year.
Okay, so he
which
didn't
means
push
that
him
other
much
years...
work. So he didn't deserve to be there.
He's done...
So that's why he's not.
I mean, people have not raised issues about it. I mean, and I'm sure that, I mean, he himself will know that, I mean, he did more in subsequent years than what he did this year. And also another one was Team Eternity. Okay. I mean, making it to... Because they are in the new Artist of the Year category. Okay. And in the Artist of the Year. And another one too is Kweku Smoke, who's also in the new Artist of the Year and straight up to the Artist of the Year. I mean, those things do not happen often. I mean, it comes once a while that some of these talent who are just entering the scheme will jump straight from new artists to the Artist of the Year.
I think Kweku Smoke is not the new Artist of the Year category.
He's not in there?
No.
He's not in Artist of the Year?
New
artist, okay.
Oh,
right.
But I'm checking though. But
okay.
Yeah, because because it will be surprised that he's not in the new Artist of the Year because he's been to has he been?
He's had
nominations before. Okay, all right. I mean, for me, he's not been in the mainstream like that for long, and that shows that he did something because one of the category definition for the Artist of the Year is one of the parameters is that you should have many nominations.
Yeah. Sorry, just to confirm, he's not there.
He's not the new artist. Okay,
thank you. So it shows that he had more nominations to be able to qualify to be in the Artist of the Year, and that goes to, I mean, show the kind of work he did. He did an album. He was most of the Gen Z shows.
Can you sing any of his songs?
Ejekum. I think for his song Ejekum, I love the things he says in there. I cannot sing off.
But if I ask you to,
that's why I'm sure that's why
you can sing it.
That's why I'm sure that's why it's not in the most popular song of the year. Is it in the most popular?
No, it's not in the most popular.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not most popular. Okay. But that does not negate the fact that he did other things which were good. Okay. I mean, if you looked at the audience reception anytime he was on stage on most of the show, it shows that, I mean, he's somebody who's really grounded. I went to the mall to witness the show he put up there, and it was crazy. If you look at how he was able to, the kind of following he has, most of them are young people, SS university, and he's building up. And I think this will be a part on the show that will Charlie for him to keep going.
Okay, let me go to AEC. AEC, Can I Live? One of my favorite songs of yours. Aside wherever the party day, we step clean. What's the inspiration behind Can I Live?
Oh, well, you know how artists, we always get recommendations from people who want to see us do good, right? So you have to go do this kind of music, and you have to do this, and you have to do that, and you have to get on TikTok more, you have to go on social, everybody's, you know, and they all want to see you do good. So that's why they are. And from where I'm sitting, I'm like, all right, I hear you, but then I also feel like this. So let me try and express what I feel and feel my way around, because I've never been here before. So let me make my own mistakes on my own terms and try and figure things out whilst I'm listening to what you're saying, you know. So that's where the song is coming from. Can I Live?
When did you record the song?
Lord, was on the Unbroken album.
On the Unbroken album?
Yeah, the last song on the
2 years ago?
Album, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you went into the studio. So did social media do it for you, though?
I should think so. I should think so, because, yeah, social media did that. When I posted it, my manager hit me up the next day. He's like, when would I go and check, blah, blah, blah. And social media is great, you know, and everybody was posting it and singing along, and it's great.
Were you surprised?
Yes, I'm always surprised when it happens like that, because we don't plan it. You can't plan stuff like that. You know?
So it's not like you planned that you were bringing out Can I Live and make it big and get the recognition?
No.
No?
No, no. So it's like this. Another session in the studio, we are making a record. But Can I Live was on the album. Well, it's on the album. When we dropped the album, well, it didn't really, you know. Then the year after, I did the live version with P. Wizzo, and then suddenly everybody, ooh, like as if it's a new song, you know. But I think the live version brought the album back, and people visited the album. So I say that they say you can't plan the popularity of a song. You can try, you can do promotions and stuff like that, but it happens when it happens, mostly not on your time, you know, yeah.
So the 3 nominations, male vocalist, record of the year. Why do you go like, ooh, with that one?
I cannot believe.
You can't believe it?
It's very impressive. It's very, very impressive. Because I was there when we were making the song, and, you know, it was mostly play. When we are in the studio, it's mostly play. Fast forward to be here, record of the year, is the whole, you should hear from the band. Everyone's like, wow. It's very, very impressive.
And the 3rd nomination is?
So vocalist, songwriter, and
songwriter.
Then, yeah.
Amazing. You deserve all that.
Thank you. I feel as though I deserve it.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. So people should vote for, you see, your final words before we go. Yes.
I think there was one surprise too I forgot to add. The one surprise is Kofi Kinata not making it to the Artist of the Year category.
Surprised.
Because I think that in the year under review, he did a very good job.
Okay.
I mean, aside his album, Kofi, he really made an impact in terms of performances in the US, among other parts of the world, and even in Ghana. I mean, and you know, one of his songs which talks about illegal migration earned him a spot to even deliver a sermon at the UN. I mean, in that year under review, and to crown the whole year with Made in Tardy concert, it was really, really, I mean, huge, program. And if you talk about brand engagement, where he had some ambassadorial deals within the year, I mean, if your brand as an artist is not doing well, it will be difficult for you to get brand partnership. And for him to have all of these things within the year, coupled with the work he did in Ghana and beyond, for him to have missed out. I mean, this was the first time he was releasing an album.
Shocker.
It was a shocker to me. I mean, in that category.
I wish I had more time.
Watch Me should have been in the most popular song of
Watch
the year.
Me, it's not there?
It's not there, by Empress Gifty. I mean, in the calendar year, it was a song holding the gospel music industry. And the chart one of the songs, the charts, if you look at Joy FM, the charts they did, I mean, all the media platforms, Adum FM,
that's true.
They were, and recently, just yesterday, Boomplay released, songs which have been doing well, and it was in there. It was like almost only gospel song in there, and for it not to make it to the most popular song of the year, for me, I think it was really, really... And also Ochame Kwame's No Competition video, which, I mean, it's not easy to do that ensemble in our music space, to blend it in with music videos and others. And for him to go all out there, project our cultural heritage, among other things, and that song to miss out on the music video VR category. It was also a shock to me.
A shock to you. Okay, Robert, anything you want to say before we go? I don't want to ask him more questions because we have to go now, so.
I just want to say that...
I'll bring you back on... I think I should put you on changes so that we have more time to talk about it.
So that we can change things.
Yes.
Real quickly, I just want to say that the board and the entire committee responsible have done an incredible job, and we just want to appreciate everything that they have done, or anybody who played a role in that particular aspect. At the moment, what we're doing is allowing the window for errors and omissions. So if anybody, for any reason, anything you feel strong about, feel free and submit the information to info@GhanaMusicAwards.com. info@GhanaMusicAwards.com. Otherwise, the unsung category for participation in terms of TGMA unsung, if you're out there, you are an upcoming artist, you're looking to ride on the leverage that this particular platform gives you, then please feel free to go on our socials, that's Ghana Music Awards, and then participate in the unsung so you can feature. I think most of the big acts we can think of all pass through unsung, and it's an opportunity out there, so don't allow that chance to go, waste.
Great, thank you so much. But just a quick one before we go, just one, please give me 1 second. Can you have a song that you've released in the past, and then when it gets big, you bring it back to TGMAs to be nominated?
No, there has to be a remake.
Okay, remake.
Yeah, remake, because I think in music, every song has got an IP or unique whatever. So then it stands as an individual song.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's it.
So there should be a remake.
Yes.
So either you make acoustic, a cappella, or something.
A remake.
Okay. All right, collaboration. Yeah. Okay, that's great. So that's how come Can I Live got a nomination. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We hope you bring the awards home.
I hope so too.
Yes. All right, so this all time will permit us for this morning's show. Unfortunately, we couldn't delve very deep because of time, because of what was happening in Kumasi, Adum. Of course, that's also very important that we bring your way. We'll definitely be going back to Adum and let you know exactly what is happening. Thank you all so much for staying with us all the way from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. We have changes coming your way at exactly 1 p.m. We have MOJ Music who will be joining us. You don't want to miss out on that. And one of these days, we'll have Robert, Adum, and more people come in. Special TGMAs probably do it for 2 hours, dissect the whole thing, and then exactly. So enjoy the rest of your day.